Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Saturday Hockey Talk. I'm just having a walk outside. I'll be back up in a minute and we'll get right to the show. See you in a minute. Hey everybody, welcome to the show, Saturday Hockey Talk for the week of, I don't know, what week is it? September 11th, which is a big day in the history of the world, that's for sure, especially if you're an American, which I am by birth. So yeah, but I don't really want to go there and talk about that. And want to talk about what you guys want to talk about. Hasn't been a ton of things happening the last few days, Montreal Canadiens wise. So Asia's Land, how's it going, buddy? So we're gonna talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm working on my 12 questions about Christian Dvorak. I could use some questions if you guys want to chip in with some questions. Hey, let me know what you guys want to know about Christian Dvorak, who we'll probably refer to from here on in as Devo. That's his nickname. He is not a hockey player. He is Devo. So, let me know what you guys want to talk about. And any questions about Devo or even Nick Suzuki, because I think Nick Suzuki is going to be the next video after that. So let me know. A lot of players changing numbers this year. Yeah, when there's player movement, sometimes you can't help it, right? Excuse me, my nose is itchy. Hey, Matt Outdoor, X3J. How's it going? Johnny Fairbrother changed from 59 to 36. That's cool, but until he gets to Montreal, it don't really bother me. Are we going to get a new D-man? I don't know. It's a good question. They need a puck mover, I think. I don't think so. I think I think he might sign somebody to a PTO, and maybe from there. I mean, I don't know, but I don't think so. Norlinder is 59. So maybe that was on a request by Norlinder. I would think between Fairbrother and Norlinder's more of a star potential player anyway. So yeah, but like I said, until they get to Montreal, it doesn't really matter. For me anyway. I don't follow the minors that much. By the way, I should say hi to everybody. Gislain, X3J, Matt Outdoor, I did. And now Jacob. Okay, I thought there was more other people. Hey, Jacob, how's it going? You want to give Bozak a PTO? I mean, that's the rumor out there that he might do that. I heard this. First, I saw his conference where he said he doesn't anticipate any more moves happening. And then the next day, or was the day after that, somebody put out, I don't know if it's something he actually said or it's just a rumor, that he's considering a couple of PTOs. So, I mean, we'll see. There's not much risk to a PTO except you give the guy a little ice time in training camp. He gets noticed, maybe has a good camp, and he decides to sign elsewhere. That's the only risk, really, right? Because you don't PTO. I don't believe you pay the guy anything but maybe per diem. So yeah. So yeah, there's no risk there. So we'll see. The other rumor, I mean, Sami Vatanen is rumored to be also maybe getting a PTO. Who knows at this point, right? But by Bergevin's words, he said no more movement. They don't have any money to really sign anybody straight up. So I think if there's somebody coming in, it's going to be a PTO. Or they make a trade. I mean, that's possible, I guess, always, right? Right up until a trade's possible at any time. I would think at this point that's probably training camp will start before we might see a trade. But, he's done it before in training camp, Bergevin, so I don't see why, if something's out there that he wants to get or there's a good offer or a good whatever, I don't see why he wouldn't do something. Galchenyuk on a PTO, yeah. I'm trying. If it was a PTA and then it would be a please take away, like why would we want Galchenyuk, right? Why? I think it's one of the most ridiculous rumors out there. Okay. Ordict will play. Who will play? Predict who will play in the finals. I have Avalanche versus Islanders. Well, I'm going to predict that I think there'll be one team from the Western Conference, and I think one team from the Eastern Conference. I think that's how it should work out, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think that's how it probably will work out. It's hard to tell at this point. I haven't really even looked. Like, I do a video like that usually once the season starts, but I haven't done any research into it or thought about it much. Okay, Matt is now speaking 2 languages. Stop with the gouge talk. I think that's maybe it's Polish and English. Okay, we can't have too many centers. I mean, this is true, but really, what do you think? Like, Bozak, I mean, complete depth. Thing is, like, say he has a good camp, and maybe they even sign him to some kind of a deal, but they can't, they got to send him down to hold him in the minors. He has got to pass through waivers, and you can lose him that way. It's like, I don't know. But I guess, it's Klingon. Hey, Rob Fry's in the room. Rob Fry, you got to send me your address. Send me your address to my email that's in the description because you won the last hat, and I haven't seen you since. So it was like the last game of the season. You won the hat. So, I've got it waiting there for you. So you got to send me your address in my email, and you got a hat coming, the gray and blue hat. So congrats, Rob. I don't think I got a chance to tell you that. NHL news. Well, yeah. I mean, my picture's on that. Yeah, it's me today. Yeah, I'm just in one of those moods. Personal shit combined with channel shit, but it's personal channel shit. Andrew, no, don't worry. I know you're not suggesting it, but yeah, isn't it? I mean, the Chucky talk's kind of like, why? Like, why at all? I don't. Frank, if you don't want it, I'll take it away. I just was looking for a couple new mods, and I thought I'd give you a shot at it. But if you don't want it, I'll take it away. No worries, buddy. Hey, a nice surprise, Rob. Hey, get it. You haven't been in a while. You come in, you find out you want something. So don't forget, send me that, and I'll get that out to you as soon as I can. It won't be that long, but end of the month. Funny about that, I found out because Matt won something, 2-3 months ago. And I just sent it to him because I thought it was going to be really expensive to the States. Turns out the states near the border, and I don't know how deep into the U.S., are cheaper than sending it anywhere in Canada. So isn't that weird? So, yeah, I'm going to open up these contests to people that live near the border in the U.S. because, if it's affordable, why would I don't want to keep it close. My fault. I've never sent anything to the U.S. And I found out in a weird way that, hey, it's cheaper. All right, Rob, awesome. Am I watching football tomorrow? Nope. Chucky for the memes. Well, yeah, till the season starts. And I imagine if he doesn't get signed and Montreal kind of has a slow start, those memes are going to keep going. Because remember, Toronto fixed him. So we should be looking to get him, right? Because Toronto fixed him, apparently. But I think he broke right away after that happened. So, yeah, that's right. Toronto fixed him, and then Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield broke him. That's what happened. Matt speaks fluent Bostonian. Go for a ride in the car. That's not even a good one, but that's it. That's the only Bostonian I speak. Should the NHL do city jerseys like the NBA did? Okay, since I don't follow the NBA, I don't know exactly what you mean by this. But, I mean, I don't know. Explain that, and I'll let you know. Mac Jones, second coming of Tom Brady. I don't really care. Never learned the letter R. Yeah, you did. It's just ah. See, in Quebec, we roll the R's. In Boston, they just go ah. Hey, that's maybe where that came from. Yeah, that Scream. Is that the movie Scream? Where they're all on the phone. Ah! Maybe it came from Boston. That's what it is. Everyone trying to get a Boston accent, and that's what they came up with. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, no, my Habs shirts don't have Cooch or Def. If I had Matthews on the back of my shirt, I'd burn it first. So that the back would be gone. I'd wear it and sit like this. You wouldn't know, but there'd be nothing on the back. Hey, Dixon, thank you so much, buddy. Some Dixon hype and some new member hype in the room. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Whoop, there's dogs fighting outside. I seen that coming. I wanted to say something, and guess what? Totally forgot. What happened there? Oh, that's why it was in blue. Pants and car keys are the same. I'm not sure what that means because I just don't know. Okay, city jerseys represent the city where the team plays. So how would that? Okay, for Montreal, like how would that come across? Or I don't know what the word is. You figure out the word I'm trying to say and then answer the question because that would. Hey, maybe that's a new segment we could have. You figure out what I'm going to try to ask you, and then you answer it. What would we call that? Yeah, really. Like, how does so Montreal? It would be like a bagel, the shirt, and have sesame seeds on it, some cream cheese sticking out the side. Like, I don't get it. Boston accent, khakis. The khakis. I'm not really from. Well, I'm from up. Like I was born in upstate New York, right? Been here my whole life though. That part of New York, yeah, they kind of speak very similarly to Boston, just not as exaggerated with that, the R's and stuff. But it's kind of similar. But I didn't really grow up there. I was just born there. Yep, Matt, they're legitimately pronounced the same. Matthews, Marner at the Olympics. Do they want Canada to choke? No, that's why Tavares isn't there. They figured it's chance enough. And yeah, okay. We're starting with already with the it's been a while since I had to do that to somebody. Hey, it is what it is. Guys, when you see somebody with the same name as my channel in the chat, please kick his ass out of here. I wonder how many times this guy will be back. I think I have Talking Habs blocked 20 times in my block things there. It's ridiculous. Anyway. Do you think Montreal goes after Bozak? I don't know. If they do, it's just be a PTO. I don't see them signing him first. I'm not hearing anything about Bozak other than people think that they should give him a PTO. Hey, Hockey Junkie, how's it going, everybody? If you don't know who Hockey Junkie is, go check out his channel because I don't know what's wrong with you guys if you haven't checked out Hockey Junkie yet. But don't. Well, I want to say subscribe, but he's like only 200 and something subscribers away from me already. So go and check him out. Just don't subscribe, but don't tell him I said that. Da-dee-da-dee-da. Yeah, no, seriously, guys, go check out Hockey Junkie. You want to have a laugh? Like if I don't make you laugh, then you got to go over to Hockey Junkie because he's definitely going to make you laugh. Sure as shit, he's going to make you laugh over there. Hey, Junkie, how's it going? Okay, I thought I answered. You asked something. By the way, Junkie also is doing live streams now. If you don't know that, I know last week it was Sunday, and he was very nice not to do this on Saturday. But check it out and look for it because he does live streams, and he's just as funny live as he is on video. And yeah, you're right. Racist. You're right. Matthews be Team USA, but you know, you never know. He might. He loves Toronto so much. He might want to get his Canadian citizenship. I don't know. The Toronto line would make a solid fourth line. Which Toronto? What do you mean by the Toronto line? I have not heard that as a line. You mean? Oh, you're talking about the Toronto line on Team Canada, right? So you're saying Matthews, Marner, Tavares would make a great fourth line. Listen, Marner, I'd have on my team. I honestly would. I don't like Matthews, but he wouldn't be in the Olympics anyway. And Tavares, I don't like Tavares. McDavid, Crosby, and Nathan McKinnon all on Team Canada. Yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting to see what that looks like. I got to say. Okay. I'm not going to remove that steady chills, but no politics, especially you want to put up a fascist party, do it somewhere else. Don't put that shit up in my room. I'm not saying to put something else, and I'm not, telling anybody who to vote for. Don't put that shit up in my room. You will get kicked for that. Well, that's 2 for the Talkin' Habs imposters. Hey, Jay Filardo. Joe Habs, how you doing? I'm doing, but it's what it is. One of those days. Ben Sherratt on rumors. What's Ben Sherratt on rumors? What's Ben Sherratt's brain on rumors? Or that's on drugs. That doesn't work. Junkie does have power, and no, he does. Listen, he doesn't do a video where he shows his face. He doesn't have to be on camera here. He can be up in the window, put whatever he wants there, and he can talk, and it'd be fine. So no, when someone doesn't show he's not on screen during his videos, I don't expect that he's going to come on my show and be on screen. So, Junkie, if you're listening, remember, you don't have to. You can just come and talk to us. We'll put you know what I see for you? We'll get that picture that you got of Cole Caulfield as a baby in bed. That's going to be your picture when you come on. Yeah, I like that. I think that works for me. Talking Gab Sr. was blocked. That's what he's calling himself now. Any mods, please, if you see Talking Habs, that's not me, because it's not me. Just send them out. Oh, man. You know what? Leave me to do it, because it will I'll end up throwing somebody out by mistake. No, really, an error occurred. What's this shit? So you know what? Keep it up. I'll just close the stream and come back later and report your ass. That's all. But Talking Habs impersonator, go fuck yourself. Let's see what else we got going on. Not going to let those assholes. I mean, this guy, I don't know what, but I guess he's lonely in his mom's house. His mom's on vacation. I know what. That's it. His mom's on vacation. She forgot to leave food for him in the oven and in the fridge, and the guy doesn't know what to do, so he's in here. Jeez, man. Go buy a porn mag or something, man. Got nothing better to do. He must have jerked off already 5 times today, so it's dry. Yeah, what can you do? And the thing is, talking about him like this, he's probably getting off big time on that. My language is turning you off a bit. Awesome. Sorry, Rick Roller. He's a live feed. If you think I should put up with a troll that obviously I can't kick because I tried a few times, yeah, you got another thing coming here. Hey, Luca, yeah, rookie camp is next week. It's like 4 days away or something. I'm dating myself? How? Oh, the magazines. Yeah, well, that's what came to mind. I'm sorry if there's young kids in the room. Believe me, they know more about it than you probably do. I like this question. Here, let's just do that. Rick, with the moves Habs made this year, can they make the playoffs and get to the Cup Finals? Yeah, I think they've got. I don't know about the Cup Finals, but I don't see why they couldn't make the playoffs. It's going to be tough still, but I don't see why they couldn't make the playoffs. Uh, Carey Price is all about the Habs. First, why he exposed himself, not at a park. He won't risk injury, illness, our entire season. One of the last shots at Cup. Yeah, I mean that's good. That's a good point. I mean, yeah, I hope he's ready for the start of the season. You know, we won't have to wait too much, and that he's ready. And like, I hope he plays. I don't know how to put it. More like the playoffs than like the regular season, because we don't really want to see that. Anti-vaxxer says, I think it's Price's job unless someone else has an amazing first half. Okay, are like that's a joke, right? Because I mean that's a joke, right? Who else could have an amazing first half that it ain't going to be Price's job? How amazing is the first half going to be? It's Carey Price's job. I mean, I guess he could play himself out of it. I don't expect that he'll play that bad where he'll play himself out of the job. And once playoffs come around, come on. Unless he's injured, he's playing. Matt Outdoor, there's been some. I don't have anything specific, but I mean, Sherrod, listen, if you got to trade one of the defensemen, you got three guys that are basically the same, right? Edmondson, Sherrod, and David Savard. They all make the same money, but the difference is Ben Sherrod is a free agent next season. The other two guys are signed. Edmondson for 2 more seasons or 3, and Savard also for 3. Was it 3 seasons they signed him for? So it's Sherrod that more than likely is going to get traded in a situation like that. So, I mean, there have been a lot of rumors, but I mean, nothing specific. And I don't know that they're going to trade him maybe at the deadline, but I don't know going into the season. Do you think there was a conspiracy there, Daryl Adams? You think? Yeah, I don't know. Probably. Probably. You might see. Well, what do you mean by that, though? Like, you mean like 50-50? And Roy Hayward wasn't 50-50. I think you'll see a tandem more like that. Allen's going to play more than, like maybe a normal average backup's games. And considering Price's injury stuff, you got to figure they got to play him a little less. So, yeah, I think you're going to see that. Or Price Halak, yeah. Yeah, maybe more along, somewhere in between like Roy Hayward and Price Halak kind of pairing or tandem. I have not seen Allen's new hockey mask, no. I mean, he's a lock, but Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play there. If I were him, I wouldn't play there. I mean, he needs to save himself. I don't want him playing in the Olympics, honestly, but it's up to him, I guess. I'd hate to see him play there and get hurt. Let's trade Lehkonen and Armia for McJesus. Half retained, of course. Yeah. Everyone's a comedian tonight. You see, I almost, in my head or my ears, it's a little bit sounded like junkie. I don't know. When I do something like that, I think of hockey junkie. I don't know why. So I don't know if I'm hearing my voice properly, which probably I'm not. So no, I haven't seen the new Allen mask, and Andrew and I would like to know, what is it? Hang on now a sec. I would like to do this. We want you to become a member of Talking Habs. Click the button down below. Where was I? Call me crazy. Junkie, I call you crazy all the time. The thing is, you don't hear it because I do it to my screen. But I like Ben Sherratt. I like his toughness. I'm not saying he should be getting top 4 minutes, but I do think he's better than he gets credited for sometimes. No, I agree. I think, well, top 4. I mean, I understand if they'll play him in the top 4. I'd rather see him third line on the left side, but I don't know if they're going to do that. I really don't. I expect he's going to play with David Savard, that they're going to do that. It's not who I want to be there, but I expect Montreal will do that. So when I put that in I think I put that in my lineup. That's because I expect they're going to do that. That's why it's a prediction. I'm predicting who they'll play there, not necessarily who I'd play there. But yeah, I call you crazy all the time. How many? I think there's a potential of 7. I went over it. Was it Wednesday? The membership drive video live stream. I think we went over it. Anyways, one of those videos. I think it was 7 that I came up with. Maybe more. I don't know. Over under 5 goals. That's how many China will score in the Olympics. Yeah. I think they might. I think you might be wrong, because I think they could score 6. So that's a huge difference, and I don't know. So over, I don't know. I don't really follow it. So when the Olympics are here and the games are on, I'm gonna follow what's going on. I might stream some of them, do the games like I do, or I might take some time off. I don't know. There, Luca agrees. Yeah, so 7 optimistically. I'm not saying all, but I think they got a shot to have 7. 20 goal scorers. See, because 20 makes a big difference, right? I don't know if you'd say for 25 if you're going to comfortably say, well, so Caulfield will get 25, because he might not. Suzuki will get 20, but he might not. But 20 makes it a difference, right? 20 makes it more possible to get the 7 in. Because I don't think Anderson, I don't know if he'll get 25, but 20, I think I am at 20. Eichel agent told the media a deal is close with LA Kings for 4 first-round picks and 3 young players for Eichel and Robert Hay. Really? Wow. Imagine 7 pieces for Eichel. And what if Eichel turns up lame after the operation? I'm just saying. I hope it doesn't. I don't have anything bad or anything against the guy, but what if that happens? Geez. Montreal has elite wingers. I would honestly, I'm going to disagree with that. I'm not saying they're bad wingers, but to say elite wingers, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that necessarily is true right now. So before I bring somebody on here, We're going to take a break for a sec.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby.
Okay, that's all I could take of that. Everybody say hi to Matt. So
What's going on, everyone?
I gotta take that comment off too. Hang on a sec. Whoopsie. So, yeah, we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
Where was I? Right here.
See ya, Philippe. What's up,
Philippe
bro?
left?
Yeah.
He left?
He said later, guys.
Oh, later, old man. Thanks for being there, bud. I think you're right on all accounts, including my crate, his crate. Don't accuse. Oh, it's me accusing me. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. I called Hockey Junkie crazy, but not to his face though. Only to the screen. Wow, did you know Bunny LaRock rode coattails to 4 Vezina Trophy wins? Yeah, playing as Ken Drive's backup will kind of do that. Yeah, kind of. Definitely.
Yeah.
Did China make it, or is it because where it is? China made it. I'm going to wait. I got the answer. Everyone's heard of the New World Order. Yeah, China made it, and China's going to win. Why? Because we're all going to be China. That's my thought.
Yeah. The actual reason is whenever you host the Olympics or like the World Cup. So for the Olympics, for example, any one of the events.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So whenever in the Olympic game, so in the World Cup, the host country, it's an automatic qualifier. In the Olympics, any event that you want to field like a team in or field competitors in, they automatically qualify. It doesn't matter.
So if I host a World Cup.
So if Canada were to host a World Cup, Canada automatically qualifies.
No, if I do, I automatically get into the Olympics.
I mean...
So all I have to do is host some kind of tournament, call it the World Cup.
Well, the World Cup is a tournament. It's a soccer tournament.
Yeah, I'll hold a tournament, and I'll call it the World Cup, and I'm going to get in. Let them prove it's not the real one. I guarantee you, Hockey Junkie is going to be my partner in that.
I mean, the World Cup is going to be in North America in 2026. It's actually a joint bid between Canada, the U.S., and Mexico. So all 3 teams will automatically qualify.
Well, there you go. I didn't, but that is something that I did.
Yeah, that generally is the rule. Yeah. So if you're the host country, any team event, your team, if you want to field a team, if you have a team that you can field, they'll automatically qualify. Athletes, they'll automatically qualify. So China automatically qualified. Probably not going to do that good. I don't really know much about Chinese hockey. I just have no idea. But typically they're not a power in hockey. So
I think I'm blaming Trudeau. I'm blaming, I'm blaming guys. Look, Biden probably supports China. I think they had something to do with it. Hey, Shamir, how you doing, buddy? The Rick Cup. There you go. That, and I'll get accreditation from. I'll get fake accreditation, and I'll demand to be allowed to play in the Olympics. Anti-vaxxer, yeah, always, man, always. China will send their KHL team. No.
I didn't think they had a team in the KHL. That would be fun. Well, the KHL. So the KHL isn't just. I mean, it's mostly Russia, but there's like 2 or 3 teams that are in other. Like I know Jokerit, which is in Finland. They're in the KHL.
Yeah.
And I think like there's 1 or 2 other teams in 2 other countries that are also in the KHL, but it's like 95% Russia.
This is I like this. The Rick Cup. I'm a great athletic supporter. I am. And yeah, you could just call me Jock. I mean, it's just a nickname I have. If I was an NHL player, I wouldn't go to the Olympics because of the COVID. Yeah, I don't know what kind of pressure they're under to actually go. Right? Are they going to get, like when they don't go to the All-Star game, they got to miss the next game. Like, is it something like, is that going to happen to players? Like, if Price says, I'm not going, does he get suspended for 5 games?
Who knows?
I wonder if that happened. Oh, there's a good one. There's my name, Jacques Strop. Good one, Andrew. That's not for us. That's for Shamir, and that's it. So, yeah, what else is new? Nothing?
I talked to Delaney earlier today. He said he should be by at some point in the chat.
No worries. Hey,
What's up, Justin?
Tony, I was not trailed on the rookie list for Cat. We don't have much in the prospect pool. Yeah, I don't know that I agree with that.
I would disagree with that, man. I mean,
we're gonna have
Norlander, Gooley.
Yeah.
I forget his name, but the French guy that you like.
RV Pinard.
RV Pinard.
Put that up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think there's going to be some good. I don't know. I don't know if it's
some
televised.
decent guys in there. I mean, Caden Primo.
I don't know if it's televised here. I know locally, probably RDS has it, but I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. But I saw it the last couple of years. I got to see it. So, yeah, there should be some good. We're not out of prospects. It's not like the prospect pool dried up because it didn't.
No, I mean, we still got a lot of really good young guys.
Players are vaccinated and don't care about COVID, just how isolated they will be in the village. Yeah, that's probably a good point. That's probably a good point for going to the Olympics. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Want to see Kidney at camp. Like what? Kidney pie? Kidney stones? Like, I don't know.
I don't want to see kidney stones. You know how freaking painful they are?
Yeah, you don't want to see anybody with kidney stones. I imagine they could eat kidney pie for like a meal.
Want to see a human kidney on the ice or something? Like,
yeah, he's talking about. Is it Riley Kidney? I think that's his name.
I think it's Riley Kidney. Yeah.
And the guy gets like, anything I've read about him, like he gets really high marks. His coaches love him and stuff like that. So yeah, I know he's talking about that guy. Okay, don't know why would the NHL do the Olympics this year when the COVID case is down? I don't know the answer to that, but it seems like the NHL really wanted to go to the Olympics this year. Money, I would think, right?
I mean, yeah.
I would think there's got to be money involved. Hey, listen, if Bettman said he'll do something, there's money involved going his way. Got the wrong one. Wait. Paling is almost ready. Yeah, I mean, Paling might make it. Remember, they signed him to a 2-year deal, but the first year is a 2-way. So that tells me that, they're not 100% sure yet.
Right.
But it doesn't mean he won't make it, though.
Right. No, and I think Paling, I think he does have a good chance. And I think he may not be, like, 100% ready, but he's there. Like, I'd say he's probably maybe 95%, like he's just about there.
Yeah. No, listen, I think Paling could make it. I'm not saying he will or not, but I think at some point in the season, if he doesn't make it out of camp, I think with an injury or something, he'll be first call up or something. Anti-vaxxer rookie camp starts like in a few days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the preseason starts in 2 weeks?
Well, I heard a few days ago they were saying next week, so we're the weekend. So Tuesday, it might be Tuesday or the weekend. Maybe it's on the weekend. I don't know.
Because it's 3 weeks until the season starts or something like that? Like,
yeah.
What's it, October 10th, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a month. We're a month away from the start of the season. Hey, Petty. Awesome. You ought to let me know what you're putting up there. Spikes through Gaming did not have anything. Rick, have a party now. The fake talking Habs is gone. He hasn't. Yeah, he seems to be gone.
I saw 2 fake Talking Habs accounts that I hid.
Yeah.
There was one that was just Talking Habs. There's Talking Habs Senior.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell is up with that, but
Senior was harder to get rid of. Senior was harder to get rid of, but still. Anyway, he's inconsequential, which is probably the reason why he does it, because he feels inconsequential as a person, and that's the only reason trolls do what they do.
Yeah.
So, just a little big man syndrome. September 14th for rookie camp. So we are
about 3 days. Yeah,
3 days away. 3 days away, and there'll be 2 games in that camp. So there'll be these 2 games I'm talking. Probably next weekend. Then those 2 games will happen. I don't believe any prospects playing in NCAA or college hockey are invited to rookie camps. We have some good prospects playing here. No, I believe you're right. If they're playing in college, they're not allowed to go.
No, they're in college right now. They're probably doing their own. I know even the sports that aren't in season, typically right around now, they'll do like a week or 2 of just like workouts and stuff like that, just conditioning, and then hockey wise, usually around the start of October to the start, like between October and November, is when they start hitting, because the season starts like mid-November, like right after Thanksgiving. That's when they really start getting into it.
I think I did forget. Hey, Pete, we're fine.
What's going on, Peter?
Speaking for myself, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Spikester Gaming. I know it's 9/11 today, but we are a hockey channel. No disrespect. No, I did that one. Did a Team Canada roster video? Top 5 favorite teams to play except Habs? Hey, listen, if I don't know if you're allowed at this point, but if you want to plug your channel and you want to put a link to it, hey, put a link to it in the in here. Everybody, check out Petty Hockey. He just started. I don't know if he just started, but recently started doing YouTube videos. So check him out. So put a link there, Petty. I think you're okay to do it. I might have changed the settings. It might not let, but I'm not sure. Joe Habs, no, listen, I agree with that. It's just, I don't want, I honestly, I don't want to be talking about it all night. I get it's a big thing, and I'm not making any light of it, but it's not really for here. But
no,
I have not forgotten.
No. I mean, no one has. I mean, I was only 3. But...
I mean, how could you? Once you see it, how did you ever, whatever you think about it, whether you think it's real or a conspiracy, whatever your thoughts on it are, how could you ever forget seeing that?
Right.
I don't think you could. Habs are good to draft in the NCAA, Petrie, Caulfield, and more. Well, you can draft them, but they can't. Until they're finished college, because they're amateurs there, they're not allowed to play professionally. They're not allowed. So if they do that, it breaks their college agreements or whatever. And then I don't know if there's legal issues there or not, but
I'm pretty sure you got to play 2 years of college hockey.
Once you've committed, I think it's
2 years.
A minimum commitment, and then it's up to them.
That's what Caulfield did.
It.
He was drafted when he was in the USA development system. Then he did Wisconsin for 2 years.
No, but it's true. It's not a minimum. You once you start, you committed for that season. You got to stay there that season, because he had an option to jump before last season, but he chose to stay. He had an option to jump out of college, so it's not. But
I know it.
But
different sports leagues have different rules. Like some leagues, you have to be in college for. I think it's 2 years. Might be
NCAA. No.
Yeah, I think that's for. I think that's for football. I know for the NFL, that's the rule. You have to play 2 years of college
that's
football
probably different
before you can declare.
I think you have to commit for each season, and then you're committed for that season.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how it works. But anyway,
if
I'm wrong, let us know if you know better. And more than likely, since that's what I'm thinking, probably somebody knows better than I do.
Andrew, we're not talking about him. He's doesn't deserve any kind of attention.
Nope. I see, and I'm not talking about that guy. I said it in the video that I did about it. I'm not talking about him again unless I absolutely have to, and I don't absolutely have to. See, Rob, yeah, and I get that. Listen, I get that. And like I said, I'm not making any light of it or like try to push it to the side. It's, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable talking about it all night.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it's not for a sports channel like this. It's just not.
Rick and Matt, which junior prospect are you most excited to see develop this year? I'm going away from the usual guys and going with Farrell. I hope he lights it up in NCAA. Oh, so you're not talking about make it to the NHL? God.
I don't can see who else we have at the NCAA level. Because I watch college hockey a lot. So whoever it is, I'll be able to watch him a lot.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what he means by develop. Like, there's a few guys. Farrell, though, is a kid that I really like. And when they drafted that, I don't know if it was last season. No, the season before. When they drafted him, I did a video after the draft, and I said he was a player to watch. He's got, without a doubt, the skill. I think it's more along the lines of his size. But Farrell's going to be a good one. I just hope he makes it because of his size. You never know what could happen. But, I mean, he's got skill.
Mm. But I guess aside from the usual guys, I mean, I'm most excited, I guess, for Norlander. I mean, I really am. That kid is good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Norlander for sure. I'm looking for something. Oh, let's put that instead. Back to comments, and let's go. Yeah, he's a good college prospect. The only reason he's not like a great college prospect, again, is his size. But his skill level is like off the charts.
How tall is he?
I think he's not like as small as
Phil Caulfield.
He's like 5'9". I think he's 5'9".
Oh, okay.
Which is okay. Like 5'9".
Listen, if Cole Caulfield can do it at the NHL level, then 5'9" should be fine.
He's still small. Either way you look at it, he's still a bit small.
Right.
But like I said, skill galore. Do you think Weber is finished and will announce his retirement? No. Okay, this is what I think. And then, Matt, you give your opinion. They're keeping Weber around the team all year. So Bergevin was asked about it in his press conference the other day. Are they going to name a captain? And he didn't say a lot. He just said, nope. So it begs the question, is Montreal doing a Kucherov with Tampa Bay thing where he's out all year, he'll come back for the playoffs? Or is he just hanging around the team as motivation, as a leader, and those kind of things, which I think either is possible. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I think a year of – okay, let's put it this way. Weber is not like everybody, right? I could see this guy taking the year off, healing up as much as he could, and coming back and playing in the playoffs. Like, I could see that. So I don't know. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I mean – that comment honestly threw me for a loop because I didn't, with the injuries he had, I mean, it really sounded like he was going to retire. I didn't think there was really any way he was going to be able to come back, but then Bergevin made that comment about naming a captain, and I'm like, well, now that kind of leaves the door open a little bit. You know what I mean? So
plus they announced that he's going to be around the team the whole year.
Right.
He's going to hang around. So it kind of like... what's going on? So, like, I wouldn't be surprised either way that he announces his retirement,
right.
Which I don't think he'll do, though, till after this in the offseason next.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I think. Or he's going to play in the playoffs, and maybe we'll see where it goes from there. But, yeah, either way, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, listen, I mean, if he has the surgeries he needs and he's got adequate time to heal and he feels good, I mean – the dude's tough as nails. He's built like a brick shithouse.
Yeah, so, and his pay threshold is like...
Yeah, so could he do it? Yeah. If he did do it, I think that'd be kind of insane. because then our
that would be great for the playoffs if we make
the
it.
D core would go from I think is all right to maybe a little bit above average to kind of move up a little bit.
Yeah. What's G League? Unless you go through G League, am I missing something? Then you don't.
That is basketball. That's like I guess you could say like the AHL of the NBA.
Oh, that's okay. This has nothing to do with hockey.
Yeah,
so
that's the AHL of the NBA.
And
it's like the development league.
Yeah, no, I get, and it explains why I know nothing about it because it's basketball. Let's see. Well, I scrolled too much. There we are. Just imagine us being a Weber on the third pair. We would have an elite defense. Yeah, if you're good enough to have a Weber. Okay, Weber's getting older and everything, but if he's on your third pairing, you should be doing pretty good. Which kind of, when you think about it, probably where he should have been playing last season, especially being hurt so much.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah,
we absolutely do. We're stacked defensively in terms of prospect pool.
Our prospect pool from one season last season to this season didn't go downhill. No, it hasn't changed that much.
I mean, we lost Cale Fleury, but with guys like Gooley and Nylander waiting in the wing, I mean, doesn't really hurt that much. You know what I mean?
No, of all the players we could have lost, I have to think that Fleury's probably one that hurts us the least.
Right.
In my opinion. Yeah, listen, Joe Habs, I think if he's going to come back, it's not going to be next season. It'll be in the playoffs. Like, I think if he doesn't come back for the playoffs, they make the playoffs. Weber doesn't come back, I think he announces retirement after the season. But I think he might come back. Like, I think it might happen. I don't know if it will. Montreal will keep Sherratt. I mean, yes and no, Roger. I don't know. He's the guy, like, if you're going to trade that type of defenseman, like you're going to trade a Sherratt or an Edmondson or a Savard, which are basically the same guy.
Yeah, you're a typical stay-at-home guy.
You're going to keep the two guys that are signed for the next 3 seasons.
Right.
And the guy that's a UFA, that's the guy you move if you can. And since they're basically 3 the same guys, like basically there's differences, but basically, like you should be able to move him if you could move Edmondson or Savard. You should be able to move Sherratt. So, yeah, I would think I think if they're going to move one of them, it's got to be Sherratt. I mean, it depends. If they really love Sherratt and they're all sold out, then maybe I'll keep him. But, I mean, it's a business. I don't think it'll – I'd move Sherratt. KK will actually get coaching and guidance now. God bless Bergevin. So there's a shot from I don't know if Joe Friday is a Habs fan or a Canes fan, but it's going to be one of the two. Will he get coaching and guidance now? So listen, I ask you this. If KK was so badly treated and so badly developed when he was asked about his development in Montreal, why didn't he say that? Why did he say he thought it was fine and things were good and that they went to the playoffs, to the Stanley Cup Finals? And that's great. So why didn't he just say, oh, yeah, I thought this and that? He didn't say any of that. Did he take the high road? I don't know. Or maybe it's a little overblown, that stuff. What do you think, Matt? I mean,
I think it is a little bit overblown.
Like,
I agree.
They say it?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that. Yeah, that's something that he probably would have and should have said if that was the case.
I would think, not only like, okay, if it's true, he would have said it, but that would have endeared him a bit to the Canes fans,
right?
Him talking shit about the Habs. But he didn't. He actually, I said in my video, like, it's kind of surprised me. He didn't say anything bad about Montreal at all. So, yeah, could he have been used a little better? I won't deny that. I mean, obviously it wasn't ideal, but you know what? At least in my day growing up with hockey, and there were less teams, so the quality of the players was kind of elevated, right? So if you lost your spot or whatever, you didn't get back in that easy because everybody was pretty good. But guys who had, like maybe didn't make the Stanley Cup finals when the team did, or maybe didn't even play in the playoffs. They went, they didn't cry and whine about it publicly. They might have in the locker room or to their friends, obviously. But what they did was they used that as motivation to get better or to prove the coach wrong next time they get the opportunity, right? That's what I grew up with, right? With kids that didn't get a participation medal. So we're okay with not being good enough, but we also strive to try to be good enough. It's not devastated if it doesn't happen. I don't know if I explained that well, but yeah. So whatever I was talking about, that's how I feel. I'm old, remember that. I don't even know where I was. Dang, it seems like I scrolled and I don't remember it.
Right. I do like do you have one?
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
But I like this question from Justin Bill. Kind of an obvious answer, but I think it is still an interesting question.
Yeah, I don't see it up there. Yeah, you read it.
Yeah. How important is a healthy Jeff Petrie?
Imperative.
I mean, for me, I think he's one of the most crucial guys on the team. I mean, I think. I mean, without him, first of all, the production from the defense drops because he's our best puck mover.
He's got to be 35% of the production that's going to come out of the defense is going to come off of his stick.
Right, and I also think he's phenomenal in his own end. I think he's also a very good defender.
Jeff might disagree with you. Yeah, I agree with you.
No, I do. I think he's a fine. I think he's a fine defender.
If he gets hurt, he's out for a long period of time. We are screwed.
Oh yeah, big time.
Literally, and
he's a leader on the team too.
There's going to be little enough offense generated from the defensemen themselves that if you lose Petrie, wow, that's really and then that's our best puck mover. Yeah, I mean that's a worry, right? If Petrie gets hurt,
right? Exactly. I mean, and like I said, I think he's a leader on the team as well, especially on the back end. I mean, I think he's up there with, like a guy like if Pricey got hurt, or if Suzuki or even Dvorak got hurt. I mean, he's that important to the team. I think it would crush us.
Okay, Tony says, I say Webbs will take 1.5 years to get fully healed and physically ready. If he was younger, I would agree with you, but at 36, he is 35. What is he? 36.
36, yeah.
I don't see that he has the time to do that. Like I could see him taking this season off and playing in the playoffs. I don't think going into the next season. I think at that point, I would think he's going to retire. But you never know, right? Players play into the 40s now. Like I don't know what his plans are. Maybe that is what he wanted to do. But I kind of don't agree with you. But you know what? In saying what I think, yeah, I can kind of see your point. I kind of could actually. What do you think?
I mean, yeah. Look, I think if he still has that, has the drive to keep playing, and if he
going
really
through the pain and the
right.
stuff he has to have that drive still.
I don't see him, staying away from the game that long. I really can't.
So sorry, go ahead. I just thought you were finished. Sorry.
No. But yeah, I agree. I think he takes the regular season, and if he's ready, if he goes in the locker room and says, "All right, well, I'm going to do this," then that's it. We'll see what happens. But I don't think if he still has that drive, that will to keep playing the game, there's no way he takes that long. Yeah,
I think he'll be quicker. But, I mean, it could be if he still has – it might. But I still think he'll make the decision quicker.
Right.
Yeah. So, Pete, actually on that, asked a good question. Weber becomes a coach? This is actually a good question. Like, why is he sticking around with the team, right? It's either what we're saying, he might come back in the playoffs, but maybe it's a little bit of understudying with the coaches because he might be interested in becoming a coach and you know what? If he is a good coach with his leadership and his character, this guy could have players literally going through brick walls for him.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So
100%. 100%.
I haven't heard this yet, actually. It's the first time I'm actually kind of seeing that as an idea, but it actually makes a lot of sense. We saw
That's
that.
my mother.
Hi, Mom. Oh, she can't hear, though. You've got the headphones on.
No, I do.
Okay, so, yeah, we can talk about that. Where are we going next? Bye. He's pointing out October 21st, KK in Montreal, 5th game of the year. It's our home opener for the season.
Yeah,
the booze will be raining down.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait for that game. That game's going to be nice.
That game could be pretty physical.
Oh, that game could get chippy real quick.
Yeah, not just because of that stuff. Like, I think it would normally be chippy, but I think that increases the chippiness.
Right.
And we'll find out, actually, because you know what? There's been some talk, or I've read a couple articles, and I get it from not maybe the best web magazines. Like, they put out some cheesy stuff anyway. But it's been put out that KK was arrogant in his last couple of years. Players didn't want to really play with him. And we're going to maybe find out what the players think of him.
I'd love to ask Weber about that. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Weber would be a type of guy that wouldn't, he wouldn't stand for that type of shit, Like, I don't think he'd take that.
I think we'll find out because it's been put out there. I never heard anything like that about KK, but you never know, right? You never know. Pete, I guess that's why you asked about being a coach, and I think that it makes a lot of sense that it's a good possibility. Like, I could still see him coming back for the playoffs. I could do that, but I don't. Like, I think this will be, if he plays, would be his last season. I really think that, and I really, hadn't thought about him possibly being a coach. I don't know why that never came to mind, but I think that makes a lot of sense. That the reason he could be hanging around the team is to start on his coaching career. Apprentice kind of. Like, I think that makes sense. So, Webbs plus Luke. Who's Luke? Luke Richardson. Luke Richardson.
Yeah.
I guess. But I know Weber's married, so I don't know about Richardson, but Richardson's married too, so it's one of those behind closed doors things. Weber makes Petrie. Without him, Petrie sucks. Well, that's not exactly true because Weber went down 2 or 3 seasons ago, and Petrie had to step up in his place and did quite freaking good. So I don't know that that's true. I would say that's not. I wouldn't agree with that. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I don't think Petrie sucks without Weber. Like I said, I firmly believe Jeff Petrie's a top 15 D-man in the league. I really do. Yep. I think he's that good. I think he's underrated by a lot of people, too.
I might go top 20. I don't know, 15 for me. But, yeah, I mean, listen, no, Weber doesn't make Petrie. Yeah. I got a feeling about this one. Going to have to kick this one. Watch and see. You all heard me. We'll see what happens. See if my instincts are right. KK is a trader from the Habs. Why would you sign the offer sheet with $20? Because he saw the paper and knows the Canes was doing revenge on us. He was never a true Hab. To say he's a trader, I said that the first night when I heard it 2 Saturdays ago. But really, to say he's a trader, I don't know. I'm not so sold on that anymore. But you're right. He knew what was in the offer sheet. It's all there for him to see when he signs it. So he did know that. Is he a trader necessarily? I don't know about that, but I mean, he didn't do the Habs any favors necessarily, but we did get Devo, and I think Devo's going to be pretty damn good. So we'll see what happens. But he did know it. I don't know that he's a trader. Would you call him a trader, Matt? If you can get your
no, I was just reading the chat.
I was just bugging you.
I wouldn't call him a traitor, man. I think he just wanted a payday. I mean, I don't think he deserved that type of payday, but he wanted a payday. He wanted the money.
He wanted the money.
I wouldn't call him a traitor.
I mean, maybe he also, bought into whatever they told him. We don't know what the conversations were. They might have sold him on a bag of, a bill of goods. We don't know that. Yeah. They may, although they couldn't really do this, but they may have already talked to him about an extension, which is not legal for the rules in the NHL. They have to wait till January 1st. But they may have done that and sold him on this bill of goods, and he bought into it, and he wanted the money and whatever. Maybe he did think that they weren't playing him right and all that, and who knows? Remember, he's still 21. He's still 21. That's young, right? Yeah. He's 23, right? He can be influenced pretty easily with that money in front of him.
Yeah. I mean, listen, like I said, when it kind of went down too, I also think KK's kind of in a vulnerable space right now with what's going on with his dad. You know what I mean?
Right. And we don't know what medical care costs down there. We don't know what it's like.
Yeah. Like, we don't know what kind of treatments, what route they're going. So, we could have seen that and said, I need that. I'm going to need that extra money or something.
Yep.
So,
that could be a reason. Don't know. I get that. You got to understand at least.
Yeah.
And this could be a thing too. The Finnish players there convinced him. He plays with Aho and I imagine Teravainen on the national team. So he knows them. And I know that Armia was an idol of his, and you got Lehkonen here. But maybe we don't know. Maybe he's a really good friend of Aho. Like, maybe they're really close. We don't know. So that could be something that, whatever, In the end, you got to think of it in this way. I wanted them to keep KK and match. But in getting Christian Dvorak here, and then subsequently, looking up what the guy's about and hearing what knowledgeable people say, I don't know that we're worse off. We're not worse off, I don't think, in the short term. I think we're better off in the short term.
No, I would agree with that. 1,000%.
This is a question of down the road, right? Where does KK land as a player? Is he an elite player? Is he a great player? Is he a good player? Depending where he lands, depending on what this deal looks like. But listen, in 4 years, Devo's going to be, that's his nickname, Devo. I'm calling him that a lot, so that's what it is. He's going to only be 29. He could sign for another 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah, right, smack in the middle of his prime.
And at that point, then maybe it's even, or we win the trade or the deal in the long run. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, I don't know where his thinking was, but I'm okay with it at this point. I'm okay with it now. I like Devo. I think he could put us in the playoffs. I agree.
After watching his highlights, man, I'm super excited to watch him play.
I think an addition of a guy like that this year could actually take the team that I didn't think really could make the playoffs and be a team that I think, they could make. I don't think it puts them in the playoffs for sure, but I think, you know what? They could make the playoffs now.
Right. No, I mean, absolutely.
I don't think KK brought us that this year.
No, and look, the other thing too, I think you got to consider with KK is he's still playing third line minutes in Carolina, and in his develop, I don't know how much that'll help him if he's playing this, getting the same amount of game time that he got here, right? I think in order for him to kind of develop more, you would have thought, well, maybe they'll use him on the second, put him in a second line center or something like that, get him more playing time because that's to get better. The fact that they're only playing him on the third line, and again with that playing time, I mean, who knows how long it
what kind of numbers can he put up?
Right,
40 points. This guy needs to to justify that. He's got to hit 50 plus points.
Mm-hmm.
So on the third line, it's kind of, is he going to be a 50-point player on the third line? Not centering the third line as a winger. It's a difference. I don't know. So if he's not, right? Now, does Carolina qualify him at 6.1? Do they extend him to avoid the 6.1? They might not, depending what kind of season he has. I think it's a big risk for KK.
I think it is. Like I said, playing on the third line, with the same kind of playing time he got here, I don't really think it gives him a lot of room to really
pressure's on,
get better and develop more.
No, well, it depends. So, listen, you know what? Their coaching staff could be better for him. It could happen.
It absolutely could be.
That could happen easily, but if that happens, he could still develop quite well. I don't think Brind'Amour is a bad coach or anything like that.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
So it's possible.
But he also needs to play more hockey. You know what I mean? He can't keep playing third line minutes. Yeah.
He won't play more minutes than he did here. That's
right.
Maybe a little bit more, but not much. I mean, not enough to make a difference for the numbers. But I mean, I can see him getting, somewhere around 40 points. But I don't know if that's enough. Anti-vaxxer says when he looks at his bank account, I doubt he gives a shit what anybody thinks. True, possibly, but yeah, I mean, true enough. If that's what he's all about, if that's what it's all about, but I'll only give him the break. Like I'm giving him this break on being a little bit lax on being angry or whatever about him because of his dad being sick, and I don't know how that could affect him. Like we shouldn't judge that. Right? He could have made this decision strictly thinking he needs money over the next 12 months that he'll get from that contract that he wouldn't have before because of that situation. In that case, I can't be mad at the kid for that.
Right.
Especially since it kind of worked out better for us. But I mean, I can't hold that against him. So I don't know that it's necessarily that he doesn't give a shit what people think or that he did it because he needed the money. And yeah. Believe me, if I needed the money for something like that, and that was presented to me, I would have to probably do it, right? Because he wouldn't have gotten more than probably 2 to 2.5. From what I'm hearing, Montreal was offering him 2.2 and 3.5 on a 2-year bridge deal. That's kind of what I heard that I kind of believe is what the numbers are. So it's a big raise.
Right.
It's more than the 2 years combined, so I get it. Anyway, we're wasting so much time on so much talking about KK at this point. We do have to.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys do want to know more about our thoughts on KK, go watch our last. Check out the last Saturday Night Hockey Talk.
Yeah, I think we kind of put this out there quite a bit.
Right.
But at some point, literally, we got to move on. Devo's here. Yeah. Devo's going to be good. And there's no reason, at least for the next 4 years, for us to need to compare. Like, I don't really see KK, even if he emerges, I don't see him being, like, the numbers I think Devo can put up, I don't see KK putting up that much more, if more. So I don't know that, for the next 4 years, I think we have to wait and see on how this worked out, whether it was better for Montreal, better for KK and the Kings. After 4 years, where they are both at. All right. If I was a pro player, says Luca, I would have accepted the offer sheet, but taken out the $20 signing bonus for professionalism. And you know what? If KK was 25 or older, I think he probably would have done that. I think at 21, in his situation, didn't feel he had the power to do something like that. That's what I would think.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't put that on him. Right? I mean, would you agree?
Yeah. No, I would agree with that. Or maybe he just didn't have money for lunch that day. He said, I'll just take this $20 and go get a sandwich.
It's not for lunch. That money's going for his mom's Christmas present. He said that. Obviously, you don't watch my videos. It was in the video. It was in the video today. I think I watched it in the video today. I
haven't seen today's video.
I'm just bugging you for that, but I did put that in the video. But that's what he said. He's gonna put it towards saving for his mom's Christmas present. So based on that answer, which was a bit snarky, was probably the only thing nasty about Montreal that he said. He definitely knew about the bonus, and he was okay with it. It's obvious he was okay with it, which is okay.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with it. Makes life interesting in the end, right? We all got excited about it. And, hey, listen, it was great for my channel. I'm not complaining in the end that it all happened.
It's phenomenal for the channel.
Great for the channel.
It was friggin' awesome.
So, yeah. How we doing? Oh, not bad. Let's see what we got. Carolina will quietly persuade him to accept less if he doesn't pan out. The rumor is, there's a rumor, and I don't know how it can really be, because if the rumor comes out to be true, I think it's not allowed. Although it depends when. Actually, I shouldn't say that they're not allowed talking to him. I think if they talk to him before he signed the offer sheet about an extension, that's illegal. They can talk to him after the extent, especially after the match.
Right.
Okay, so the rumor right now is either 3 years times $4 million or 4 times 4. That's the deal that they're going to sign, and they can't sign it till January 1st. But apparently, they've worked out something. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's the rumor out there now. So, if they sign him to an extension before the end of before they have to qualify him, then they don't have to qualify him because signing him is qualifying him. That's how they get out of the qualifying offer. Sign him to an extension, and you don't have to qualify him. Let's talk Dvorak. Awesome. Devo. He is not man. He is Devo. The old guys get that. He will be a good fit with Hoffman and Anderson. Like, I don't know Hoffman well enough to know that 100%, and I do think he would be, but I kind of think he'll be a better fit with Drouin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah, if I'm right that Drouin is a much better puck distributor than Hoffman, I think he's better. Because I think if you put Hoffman there, you're going to have 3 goal scorers, and I don't know, it dries up for one of them. I don't think all 3 will put up big numbers that way. There's only so many goals from each line. So there's
no balance to that line, right?
I like having Drouin, who's not going to score a ton, but will set up a ton on a line where you got 2 goal scorers. So for me, I go with Drouin here. That's me.
No, I agree. I think, like I said, especially with Dvorak's hockey sense and his positioning, I think being on the second line with Drouin would work wonders for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he lives at the front of the net. I mean, all we need is Drouin to just consistently throw nice, crisp, clean passes into him, and he's just gonna bing right off the stick and in.
Did if any of you watched the day after the trade, they had Devo on a chat interview, and I saw it. It was like 12, 15 minutes. And one of the reporters asked him exactly that question. Would you rather, I'm paraphrasing because I'm not sure exactly how it was phrased, but basically saying, would you rather play with a guy that moves the puck and distributes the puck well, or would you rather have goal scorers on your wing? He said he's fine with both, but he also said that he definitely would welcome it and encourage, like he'd love to have basically a guy like Drouin on his wing. So he is kind of saying that he'd like to see it. So I think that's how it'll go. Unless it proves out it doesn't work, there's no chemistry there. That could happen. They could change up, but I think we'll see it start that way. Whoops.
New member hype, Ellen Keith.
I'm missing somebody. Where's that? Did I miss that? Oh, there. Ellen.
Ellen hype.
Ellen hype and new member hype in the room. Thank you, Ellen. Really appreciate that. And I want to say
helps us out a lot.
You are only the third woman in the members. We've got, I think, Kelly and Luna. Luna's been there a long time. So, welcome. Welcome. It's great. And I noticed, and this is definitely thanks to Luna being here and being on the show, that I have seen at least 10 new women, comments from women. Women that I haven't seen before. And it's so encouraging to see that, because that's kind of what I was hoping to happen. That Luna would help to bring in more women viewers and have them participate in the channel. So it's working and I'm really happy. So thanks, Ellen, for taking the membership. That's great. I jumped over. Oh wait, here's Rob Fry's. I see Rob Fry aged him. self. Because Whip It, I believe, is a Devo song. Whip It good. I didn't like Devo, but who from that era doesn't know We Are Not Men, We Are Devo? The weirdest music. Like the weirdest music if you don't know who Devo is. But I'm sure they're on YouTube somewhere. Droning back to rehab. Who's droning? Drouin? Who's droning? Matt, you with me here?
Yeah.
You think he means Drouin? Droning back to rehab?
I would assume so. Was that where he was?
Okay. There was a rumor that he was in rehab. Is that the actual case? No, there was no confirmation about why he took the what's that called? Sabbatical. So to talk about it and say it's rehab or whatever, that's not fair. It's not fair to him.
Right.
It's not fair to him as a person because we don't know this. And I don't put that kind of stuff out. I don't think that's fair. The main thing is whatever he was out for, seems like he's fine now. So, But yeah, I don't think that's fair to say Joe Friday. I know that's the rumor out there, but I don't know. It's not confirmed. Hoffman will play third line. I think it's a possibility.
Yeah.
I think so. But listen, you know what? Maybe in camp, they find Hoffman has better chemistry with Suzuki and Caulfield than Toffoli did. Then I could see that switching. Because in my lineup projection, I had Toffoli, Suzuki, Caulfield. So I think he's either first or third line. But we know that Toffoli has this chemistry with those guys. So somebody made a point I was reading today. I don't know if it was a comment or on Twitter, like a comment in a video or on Twitter, that they were worried that having Toffoli with Caulfield on that line turns Caulfield into more of a playmaker, because that's what's happened. He set Toffoli up a few times, and he didn't like that. He's a goal scorer. He wants him to be a goal scorer. My opinion is I'm fine with that. I think Cole Caulfield has more playmaking ability than people think, and he'll never have more assists than goals, I don't think. Well, maybe, or come close, like kind of like Hoffman. He's right around the same. But I think he's a better playmaker than people think, and I don't think it's a bad thing. Right?
No.
I don't know that Toffoli's a playmaker. He doesn't get a lot of assists. Suzuki can do only so much, so you're going to need the other guy to kind of make some plays, and I think Caulfield can do that, and that's a good thing. Yeah, okay, Pete, we know you don't like Drouin. So have to admit, when he's not playing well and he's not playing the way I like, he does that. If he's really ready the way they're saying and he's ready to be engaged, when he's engaged, and I saw this when he was with Tampa and in flashes here, few and far between, but I've seen it. He can actually be pretty strong on the puck, pretty physical. I think his wrist should be healed up 2 years now. I think about that, yeah. Yeah, I think he'll be back to being, when he hurt the wrist, he was playing well, going into the corners, hitting guys. I think he can be back to that. And I've seen him do it and look really good doing it. So I don't kind of agree necessarily with that. It depends on the Drouin or the droning. Is that what we're calling them?
I guess droning
that shows up this year, because I don't know. He can only go down 15%. That's what she said last night, but she was wrong. Which is 950 to go less. I think they will have to not qualify him and allow him to become an UFA next July 1st. Are we talking about KK? Oh, we are. I don't want to.
Yeah, I think
I don't really want to talk about it anymore. But, yeah, I don't think that's right. As long as they sign him to an extension before they have to qualify him, they're allowed. And even if the first year has to be, so it doesn't have to be 6.1, it'll be lower and they drop it and it'll end up being an average of whatever they want, right? the AAV works out. So that's how they do that. That's how they will reduce it. And I don't really want to talk about KK more.
This is up a little high. Born to be a Hab says we need an offensive defenseman.
Yeah, I got it. I just clicked on it as you thought too. Yeah.
No.
No. You know what? I would take Carlson, but this literally San Jose has to hold $10 million, which they're not allowed. I wouldn't take Carlson more than $1.5 million right now.
Oh,
not right
God,
now.
no. Oh, Jesus, no.
Not right now. Sorry. And I kind of wanted Carlson, but not at that kind of money. I gave a number. And even at that, he wouldn't have been worth it. His injuries and everything, he's just not the same guy. So they'd have to hold a lot of salary, man. And give up their firstborn child or something. Bruh, nothing's going to stop our little bundle of joy from being a scorer. He's guaranteed at least 10 to 15 on the power play alone. I agree with that. He's going to get some goals on the power play. and he's just started, so he's going to get better yet, and he's going to get some goals. Each year he's going to get that kind. And his shot is hard, heavy, and a heat-seeking missile. I was saying this to somebody the other day, maybe in the membership video the other day, that some of the shots, like some of the goals we saw in college and then when he was with the USND, whatever that the developmental team, that were beating those goalies and aren't right now, like in the 10 games he played in the regular 5 or 10 and the playoff games, that they will start to go in though.
Oh,
right? He'll adjust. And he'll figure out where he's got to put it for the NHL guys. And that'll start happening this year. He'll start to figure it out. This guy's a goal scorer. He's a pure, natural goal scorer. And for a small guy, his shot is hard, heavy, and it is a missile. And the release is lightning speed. I mean, he's got such a lightning quick release.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen such a quick. Well, there was this massage parlor once. But I don't think I've ever seen as quick a release as Caulfield.
No, I agree. And you took the words right out of my mouth. I agree. He's just going to have to adjust, and he will. Yeah, he'll adjust to the NHL, and then he'll be fine.
But isn't that true for every single rookie that's out there? They have to adjust when they get here.
Oh, yeah.
Some do it better than others. That's all. Suzuki did it better than whoever was around at the time, right? That's why he didn't go down to the AHL. That's all it's about. And I think he'll adjust, and he'll adjust pretty good.
Absolutely, 100%.
Pete, I don't love Drouin. I gotta eliminate this one. I don't love Drouin. I don't. But he's here. He's got to be used. And I think if you want to bring the best out in him, you put him in a situation where his talents are put to best use, gives him more confidence. He plays better. I mean, that's how it works, right? So he's here. He's got to be played. I think that's where you play him.
I think so, yeah. I don't know how many times we said this, but, we know kind of in the back of our minds, we know the question marks with him. We know the risk. But, yeah, I mean, I think in order for him to be the most effective, I think you have to put him on that second line with a guy like Dvorak. They can just feed the puck to night after night in front of the net. Bing, on and off his stick. Because, speaking of quick releases, I mean, I think Dvorak probably has the second quickest now on the team behind Caulfield. I really do.
He's quick, and he's good with those little one-timer tip-in. Like, he just needs to get his stick there. He's good at in the front. He's in the front of the net. You get him a pass, shoot the puck at the net, and he'll find it. There's a lot of highlights where he's tipping it up under the bar. So in other words, Devo has really good hands. And the complaint about Drouin is he doesn't score a lot because his hands aren't great for that. But man, the guy can pass. So you put him to best use.
Can.
You put him to best use. Ellen likes Drouin. She says people should get off Drouin's back. No one knows what he's going through. exactly. We don't know what it was. He may come out swinging this season. I mean, look, until he proves no, he sure looks like that's what he's ready to do. Everyone would be singing a new tune if he does. Yes, 100%. But understandably for the people who are on his back, I mean, like Pete, like others, he has let us down and been frustrating every single bloody year. But he is going to be here. And what choice do we have but hope for the best? Because literally, he could be a huge difference here. Like
absolutely.
Like, you know, the points he could help put up, if that line works out, it could mean 5-6 games a year difference in wins. That's quite a bit.
That's huge. That's like 10, 12 points.
Because our biggest problem last year was goal scoring. How many games that we lost that they couldn't score? They couldn't score. So you solve that problem. How many of those games could be wins?
Right. Right. And we added the goal scores and having Drouin, and I think that's what we lacked too. Not only do we lack, a goal scorer, but I felt like we didn't really have guys that had the passing talent that Drouin has when he's on.
Yep, we don't.
A playmaker like that. You need a having a playmaker like that is huge.
Especially when you got a center like Devo coming in. Yes, it's going to be really huge if it works. We're not saying 100% it's going to work chemistry-wise, but if it does, I think look out. Luka, I don't agree with all of this. It's the end part I don't agree. Cole Caulfield release is a tier with about 5-10 other guys. Only Matthews.
It's like tip-top tier.
Yeah, but I'm not.
I mean, Caulfield's worked better in the playoffs than Matthews, so that's kind of a flaw in your argument.
I'm not going to say Matthews is garbage as far as
no, he's not. He's phenomenal.
That is obvious. I don't like the guy. Fine, but you know what? I've seen them both. Matthews is good. Caulfield is either right up there with him or possibly just a little bit better, in my opinion. That could be I'm biased. I get it. But I think Caulfield is at very least right up there with Matthews as far as quick release. Does he have the accuracy or nowhere to put it on NHL goalies that Matthews has now? No, but this is what I was talking about. If you give him 4 years like Matthews does have, yeah.
You're going to get that, yeah.
And it'll start this year. He'll start figuring it out. That's the difference. Our little bundle of joy, Cole Caulfield. I would be fine with Hoffman playing with Suzuki, Devo, or Evans. All three centers are defensively aware enough that it shouldn't be a problem.
Right. No, I totally agree with that.
Yep. That's true.
And I know that was a little bit of a concern, but I even said that when the rumors of him coming over kind of started.
Yeah.
I felt any of those three centers were fine enough defensively to cover for him.
Yeah.
I didn't think it'd be a problem.
And I think this is a point. I'm wondering if everybody is thinking this way. This year, our third line is not, or our first or second, is not a shutdown line. This year, it's our fourth line. Third line with the wingers that are on there, and it doesn't matter what
be playing much defense.
It don't matter what wingers you put. The fact that Evans might be the center because Ducharme said he's kind of penciling him in there. I think that's still an offensive line. So you got to remember that. Third line is not a defensive shutdown line. It's not an energy line. That's going to be all on that fourth line to do that. I think we're going to have three lines that you can legitimately say you got line 1, A, B, and C scoring lines. Although the Evans is the question mark. Evans or Paling, if you want to be a Paling guy, that's the question mark. Can they fulfill that role?
Right.
But I think that's the goal there is to have all three of those lines be able to score. And with those wingers, there's not a bad, every winger can score. Unless Drouin's more of a playmaker. But I mean, every winger is going to be a big offensive contributor for the top 9. So I just wanted to put that point out there. I probably talked for about twice as long as I should have for it, but it's how it is. Especially we're an hour and a half in, so. And my cocaine
liquid
energy
cocaine.
liquid cocaine that they put in this stuff. Yeah. Joe Friday, please do not do that and be rude to Ellen like that. She's allowed to have her opinion. You're allowed to have your opinion. Let's not be rude. Drouin should be traded. I'll tell you this: trade deadline time. If Drouin has not performed, he'll have 1 year left on that contract. At that point, I think he's tradable. You might have to hold a little bit of a salary, but I think at that point you move him. If he hasn't figured it out by trade deadline time, I think you need to move him. I agree with that. I think that's the only time you can move him. I don't want another season saying, "Yeah, we got it. We got it. He could be." You know, I'm tired of it. After this season, it's make or break for me with Drouin this year. That's as far as I'm going to go.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's the only time you could realistically move him because you can't move him now. He hasn't played hockey in God knows how long. I mean, it'd have to be the trade deadline.
If he's only playing decent or whatever, and it looks like he needs a change of scenery, and you got a contender that needs somebody like that, I think he's movable at the trade deadline with 1 season left, 1 year left on his contract. Yeah, I think so. More so if he was going to be a free agent, though. So if you can't do it this year, the year after, he's definitely gone. If he hasn't performed by the end of his contract, they're not re-signing him. He's gone. So you move him for whatever the hell you can get from him. What do you think? A dozen pucks in a bag?
Yeah, maybe a bag of pucks, a little, tap to put over the net for shooting practice for Cole.
Some tape for, for the shin pads. At that point, if he hasn't performed. I'm not saying it now. I think the guy has still potential. It's unfortunate. I'm frustrated with the guy, but I think there's potential still there.
I think so too. And look, I'm not a Drouin fan, but I do think on that line, it's kind of, especially on that line, it really is kind of make or break. I mean, he should be feeding Devo every chance he can because Devo is going to be in the right position 99 times out of 100. He's going to be right in that prime goal scoring position. There's no excuses.
No, I get it. Peter says, we do not know enough about Caulfield yet. Give the kid some ice time and see what develops. Expecting too much from the kid. And Hockey Junkie says, Peter, my 60-goal prediction for Caulfield is already setting the bar low. I will not go lower. So 60 goals, is that 30 and 30? That how it works? That equals 60? I had to throw that in sometime. That's the only way in your videos, Junkie, that anybody can tell you're from Newfoundland is when you say the tree, which I love. I love the accent. So you should bring it out more often, I think. Do you think that Bergevin gets Bozak? And then Joe Habs says Bozak is going to Pittsburgh, he heard.
I did hear that rumor, yeah.
I actually saw that somewhere, but I didn't read more. I'm not really interested in Bozak. I think it's a possibility on a PTO.
Only on like a PTO. See what he's got left in the tank.
I'd rather Pittsburgh signs him to a PTO. Mm-hmm. He plays well there. Then Montreal signs him because we saw that he played well. Like instead of us investing in it, that's right. Although on a PTO, they get only per diem, right? They don't get paid anything.
Right.
Just the per diem money, right?
Yeah.
I think that's it. So, yeah, like, whatever. For me, I see, I don't think Bozak's going to do much here. I don't really want him wasting anybody's ice time in training camp. It's kind of how I see it.
I agree.
So, let's see. Let's see what Shamir says. Shamir's the Tard guy. Look, the Tard guy took Shamir's name. I didn't know that. Wow. It's been Shamir all along. Tard him for some casual sports wings. I'd go for that. They can even be partially eaten already. No, I don't do that. That's what do you call that? Previously? No. Pre-chewed Charlies. Anybody know that reference? Pre-chewed Charlies? It's an old SNL reference. they can be partially eaten already. No, not that there's much meat on them anyways. It's true since I've had them. Yeah, it's true. Wings from a place like that, they're kind of not meaty. Who are we trading?
To me, he's talking about Jonathan Drouin.
Yeah, he's talking about Drouin. 30 and 30. There you go. That adds up to 60. Came from a Sportsnet insider. There you go. Listen, I kind of hope that's what happens. So better them than us, in my opinion. Rather Paling get that spot they give Bozak, which, I mean, Paling is going to get the opportunity. I don't see Paling for the third line, even if he makes it. I think fourth line starts there. Possibly, if it doesn't work out between Evans and Paling, you switch. Paling's showing better. Evans isn't really. You switch. But I think it starts with Paling on the fourth at best for him. Or possibly on the wing somewhere. I don't know where because there's not a lot of room on the wing. But, yeah, I think fourth line center. Because I personally think Paquette's more of a fill-in guy. If there's injuries,
right?
Maybe give Paling a break here and there because he's going to be new at it, something like that. Hey, Ellen's from the Rock as well. Wow, everybody's from the Rock or from Nova Scotia. It's crazy on this channel, but hey, from the Rock, awesome. Hey, Canadian Elite, how's it going, buddy? Drew, I must thank Bergevin for all the guidance and development he has received. Yeah, well, I don't know. How old? Drew is 26. He was 22 when he got here. You're probably right. Threw him in at center. I don't know what kind of development. It could be Habs' fault.
It's been that long.
He's 4 years.
I don't remember him playing that much.
No, he's been here 4 years. So he was young. No, he was still young when he got here. So he's, this comment actually kind of, I know it's kind of sarcastic. You should thank him, but he's kind of right. At 22, he kind of still needed some development that I don't know that the cast of players around him wasn't very good. They threw him in at number one center, a lot of pressure. Yeah, I mean, you could actually say that maybe the Canadians owe him these chances. Right? You could say that. Mm-hmm. I think that might be fair. So, targeted the whole first line for 3 firsts, McDavid, McKinnon, and fired the GM right after the tard. Hey, listen, that's pretty good. Wow. Get McDavid and McKinnon. Definitely make the playoffs. Can't believe Ottawa can have full capacity, but not Montreal. Yeah, Quebec is being, I think rightfully so, personally. They're being prudent on it. The fourth wave is here. We're one of the highest vaxxed, doubly vaxxed, like fully vaxxed provinces. So you'd think shouldn't be a problem, but they're being cautious. And I think rightfully so. It may not work to Montreal's advantage necessarily, but I would not be surprised if by the time Christmas rolls around, the American arenas are also down to that kind of capacity, fully masked, fully vaxxed. Only, I think that's what's going to happen. So I right now, for me, in my opinion, and don't beat me up on it, it's my freaking opinion. I'm allowed. Yeah, I think they're rightfully cautious on that, and it doesn't bother me. And yeah, I have the right to say what I said about don't beat me up because it's what happens when I give my opinion. Doesn't matter where I am. I give my opinion, people leave. So sorry, but I'm allowed one too.
Do love Shamir's most recent comment. Yes, they wouldn't even have, even if you paid people to go to games in Ottawa, they wouldn't have full capacity.
Very true. Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah, it's true. What? How many are there? Are they up to 10 fans yet, Shamir? I don't know. You live there, so you ought to know. Oh, Joe Habs agrees with me. Every year, his body gets broke, or the fans crush his mind. He is a francophone player born in Quebec. There is considerable pressure for that. we don't see the kind of email and messages and shit he gets. And I guarantee you, Jonathan Drouin gets beat up by...
Oh, he probably gets beat to hell.
By the Quebec fans that, voice their opinion to him. So, yeah, I wouldn't make light of that, And you know what? If you're playing... If you're doing whatever, say it doesn't matter, whatever your job is, if you're doing that and everybody that you come across in doing your job tells you suck, it's kind of going to get to you.
Yeah.
So you got to think of it like that. So, yeah. Believe me, and I'm just as frustrated by this guy. And you can look at my videos going back 2 years, stuff I've said. So, I'm not a Drouin apologist. I'm a human being, and that's just, it's the way it is.
No, 100%.
Shamir says they have an OnlyFan, only 3 fans, so they got 3 fans.
Yeah,
so,
he said under that he goes down from 7.
Down from 7.
They actually lost fans when they got better.
Wow. But when if they re-sign Kachuk, they'll get back. They'll probably get a few extra. Maybe they'll hit the 10. Cole Canfield. His name keeps getting changed. Cole Canfield can expect the same guidance and development as Drouin and KK. Yeah, no. Nope. I'm sure remember talent levels, and I mean, I personally, I think Caulfield literally is going to be a superstar. If he can score the kind of goals that I think, and I'm not talking 40 all the time, 50, 60, I'm not talking that, but if this guy can put up 30 plus goals every single year and be part of that, that offense and help them win, he's going to be a superstar. I don't know if you can say that for KK and Drouin coming in the talent level. So the work that goes into the guy is a little different, I think, anyway. So, no, I don't think he's going to have a problem with development. And I don't think they're rushing this kid. I think this kid can handle it. Nick Suzuki, did they rush him? Is he damaged by it?
No.
So
he got good. He got damn good.
So why can't Caulfield do the same? Right? Not everybody is the same, right? Nick Suzuki's able to do it. Other guys can't. Some guys can do it like Suzuki. I think Caulfield is one of those. Remember this. I saw an interview with him, and he says he doesn't worry about all that pressure. He puts more pressure on himself to perform.
Yeah, you brought this up. Yeah, you brought this up on the the membership drive. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't put more pressure on Caulfield than he puts on himself. So I think he can handle the damn pressure. And he seems to be able to get himself into position. He's only going to get better at it. The guy's going to be a superstar. So, he's going to get developed properly. That's what I think.
I think so.
Time will tell.
I mean, especially, look, playing with Suzuki, I mean, the two of them together, I think the sky's the limit. I really do.
Olivier says, at least Coyotes don't have problems with fans and COVID rules. They don't even have an arena. Problem solved. Well, that's not exactly true because they're playing in their arena. But apparently it's like official. They're going to Tempe, Arizona.
Well, they applied to
right. They're trying to
release for the arena. They applied. Right. I don't know if it went through.
That's right. That's what it is. So it looks like they want to go to Tempe. So I would kind of think they're going to play out of Tempe, Arizona. I don't know what the arena there is like though. Imagine they'll have to refurbish it somewhat.
Yeah, I don't know what. My only guess would be Arizona State, but I don't think Arizona State's in Tempe.
No, there's a university in Tempe. Bill Cosby went to Tempe for college. He graduated there. That's how I know about Tempe. Actually, is Bill Cosby was. I wonder if Bill Cosby will be there. No, it's Nashville, the Predators. He's going to be the face of the organization in Nashville. Makes sense to me. I wanted to, petition to change it to Goat Field after a 30-goal Calder season this year. This is something I don't get. For me, when I hear that he's the GOAT, like not the best, I don't. When did GOAT become? I think it's because it's greatest of all time. That's what GOAT is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, but when you put a GOAT there as a symbol, that changes it for me. No, it should be Goal Caulfield. Goal Goatfield changes it too much.
Right. It's Oceanside Ice Arena is the name of the rink. Oh no, that's not right. That's not correct.
I'm just wondering, is it like, does it have the ability to be an NHL arena, right? They have to have a...
No, it's a community rink. They want to build another arena.
They've got to build arena there. So
they have to build it.
They're looking for the permit to do that, and then they'll find land there and they'll build something.
Yeah, the only one that came out was a small community rink. I was like, that's not going to cut it for the NHL.
No.
Yeah, they applied for permits to build it in Tempe.
That's a hell of a commitment, though, right? If they go to Tempe, build an arena...
Oh, that's
figure Arizona
got to be close to billions of dollars too.
Yeah, the Coyotes are staying in Arizona for a while if that's happening, right? So the talk of them moving to Houston or Quebec not happening if they go there and build an arena. Calder, Caulfield want that Calder? I think Caulfield's got a shot at it. I think Caulfield's going to be. He's a front runner going into the season. Whether
Easily.
He does it. That we don't know, but he's a front runner. I believe he can do it. So I hope so. He'll be the first one since 1970. Ken Dryden.
Ken Dryden was the last Hab to win the Calder.
Yep. And a goalie to boot, which doesn't happen often.
It's way overdue.
Yeah, it's overdue for sure. Hard to imagine, right?
Right.
Early, like 1970 or 71, he won it. I think it was 70. Might have been 71 because that was 70-71, I think was his rookie year. He came in 6 games left in 69-70, played the 6 games, played all the games in the playoffs, won the Stanley Cup, and was not a rookie yet. And the Conn Smythe Trophy he won as well. And still wasn't a rookie. So the next season he won it. And you got to figure with all the teams and the Stanley Cup since then, and we haven't had a Calder winner.
Yeah, seriously, that seems kind of odd.
It's kind of odd, but it's true. So yeah, I hope he wins it because I wanted Suzuki. Suzuki was in the running for a while, and then he leveled off. So I hope Caulfield gets it. Whoa, that jumped. Well, see, Shamir, it works out, except maybe if the they'll call themselves, they'll buy the name from Nashville, call themselves the Tempe Predators, and it's perfect because Cosby went to university there and graduated there, and then he'll be the face of the franchise. And listen, a Coyote or having Cosby's face on the jersey, about the same look. Man, I used to love Bill Cosby as a comedian, and now I can't stand the freaking guy.
I know. I can't believe he got out of prison.
Yeah, me neither. Caulfield and Suzuki did not start in the NHL at 18. No, I didn't say Suzuki started in the NHL at 18. What I said was Suzuki didn't go to the AHL. He went from juniors to the NHL. So no in between. So that he made the jump. Caulfield kind of did. I mean, he went from college.
He played, 2 games in Laval, I think?
2 games in the AHL. If he never goes back to the AHL, 2 games? Sure, he went there. It's not enough to say that, he still jumped pretty much from college to the NHL. So that's it. Yeah. Sure, some kids get drafted at 18, start right away. That's true, too. Suzuki didn't do that, but he did not play in the AHL. So he went from the OHL to the NHL, and that's what we're talking about. And I don't know, I'll say it again, but I think repeating myself 3 or 4 times is not really a good look. And now when I do that on video, I usually cut it out. If you'll notice, you don't see me repeat too much on my videos anymore.
Right.
I did a video today, okay, it was 20 minutes and 21 seconds. I cut that down from with it, the inserts and everything. It would have been over 33 minutes. So I took off 13 minutes. Normally, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So imagine how much time I saved you guys of watching me and ah and that and that and say stuff that is useless or repeat myself. See, I saved you from that. So it's kind of like you got to look at that video as like you're saving money. You know, when you go in to say, yeah, save $5. I saved you 13 minutes to watch that video. It's a bargain, man. It's a bargain. I could sell a Frigidaire to an Eskimo.
Mm-hmm.
Can I call them Eskimos anymore? I don't think I can.
I have no idea.
I got to bleep that out.
I don't know. I live in the States. I don't north of the border.
They're indigenous.
Unless it's Quebec.
Well, they're indigenous. I don't know what they.
I don't know much about Canada.
I don't know what they're called now. No, I think Eskimo is not good.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not.
I just forget the new name. I'm old, okay? Call me Don Cherry, that's all.
I do want to touch, though, on that Caulfield playing the 2 games.
Yeah. He did well.
I was going to say, I think that says a lot about the kid. If they put him in for 2 games and they go, okay, he's ready, bumping you up.
Well, it's not exactly how it happened. They were still cautious, but it was. No, but
he did have 2 really, really good games.
When the need happened and the spot opened up, and they weren't playing, bring him up. And then once he played, listen, he didn't like go crazy in his first game, but it was obvious in his first game that he was going to be an NHLer. And I said it. I think I said it on camera somewhere that I don't think he goes back. So, like, it was obvious. So, like, the kid's got what it takes. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely. And I think every game he played, literally every single game he played, I feel like he got better.
Yep. I think he did. I guess he doesn't like what we said about Drouin. Talking about Drouin like you knew Jack. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, okay. Christian, what did I say that's wrong? I didn't put the guy down. So, do I know him? No. And who's Jack? Let me see. You know a Jack? Matt? My dad's second name is Jack, so I do know Jack. Do you?
I know like 2 Jacks, but I don't know.
We know Jack. You're wrong. Rob says Dryden won Conn Smythe in 71 and Calder in 72. Okay, but I thought he came up in 69, 70. So he came up in 70, 71? Because that's what it would have to be. I thought it was 69. I could have got it wrong. Whatever it was. In 69, 70, which would mean he won the Conn Smythe in 71 because the playoffs would be in 70. No, wait. 70, 71. I thought it was 69. You sure? Did you check? I want to make sure about that. I really thought it was 69, 70. But I will, I could be wrong. Gilles Perreault won Calder in Lafleur's year. Yeah. Hey, Gilles Perreault was a great hockey player. The interesting story about that, right? So Perreault, Lafleur, you had Dion. Montreal, Pollock had a deal in place to get the pick that would have got them Lafleur and Dion. And now I'm not sure about Perreault's draft year. If it was the same year? Apparently, he also had a deal that he turned down. He could have had all 3 of them. I don't know the details of what the deals were. I read this by who was it? It was somebody really like Serge Savard, something like that. Somebody who in the it could have been what's his name? The announcer, Dick Irvin Jr. Anyway, somebody like that. So yeah, apparently that was something. Imagine if we would have had Lafleur, Dion, and Perreault.
That would have been fucking stupid. Good.
I got to tell you, Perreault,
that would have been ridiculous.
Perreault was an amazing hockey player. Like amazing. If he was only on a better team, like he would have had all the awards. Perreault
is that Matt's dad? Or is the last name spelled different?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't know if Gilles Perreault had any kids play or anything, or if his kids. I don't know the answer to that, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I mean, it'd be fun. I just thought, I don't know, that'd be kind of funny if it was.
Here's the answer. They're Inuit. Thank you. And I do apologize if anybody out there is Inuit. I'm sorry. I'm from the old school. Eskimo is how I knew it, and I knew it changed, but I didn't. I just forgot. So I apologize because I know it's important to them. And an anti-vaxxer had it as well. I guess if I was Inuit, I would kind of, I would want it said properly. I know I'm Jewish, so I know a lot of people think Jew could be like, I thought a lot of people thought Jew could be derogatory, but it's not to say somebody's a Jew.
No, I never thought it was. I just figured that
some people do.
Jew is shortened.
I think it's just how you say it. It's how you say it.
Yeah.
Right? If you add dirty or effing or anything ahead of it,
I feel like the tone of voice too. That
if the tone of voice is that could make, but it's not. I don't know why I'm bringing it up, but because of that Inuit stuff. So thanks, guys, because a bunch of you said.
They are not related, unfortunately, Matthew and Gilbert.
No, they're not. I knew that.
That would have been funny, though.
I thought it was Yannick, but it's apparently he's not related to Yannick either. Edmonton changed their CFL team name to the Elks.
Yeah, it's the Edmonton Elks now.
The Edmonton Elks. I mean, I guess because they wanted the E, but I mean, it could have been just the Edmonton Inuits. Why not? Like, why not? Right? Matt?
Right. I mean,
derogatory, you think? As an American, you don't really, I guess, understand it as much, but as an American, you think that would be derogatory to say the Edmonton Inuits?
I mean, that'd be politically correct, but I mean, I don't know.
It might be derogatory.
The safe way is the Elks.
What would the logo be? And what would the logo be? Would end up being
that's what I mean too. Yeah,
logo.
Exactly.
Yeah, so not good. So true. Hey, Matt, just curious. You're American. How did you become a Habs fan? Or are you a Habs fan? Or are you? Yeah, of course you. He's on the channel.
Yeah, so growing up, I mean, I was a Bruins fan. I mean, I'm from Boston. My dad grew up in Everett, which is 5 seconds from Boston. So, I can't tell you how many times I've been in the city for sporting events. And, I was watching everything growing up. And I started when I kind of got older, probably when I was probably around 2009-ish, I really started liking Saku Koivu, and it just kind of took off from there. I love watching him play and became a huge fan of his. And for a little bit, I liked both teams, and then I went, you know what?
That's hard.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to stick with the Canadians.
That's hard. Bruins and Canadians, not easy to have both.
Yeah. Yeah, it was right after the Bees won the Cup, too, is when I decided. I was like, all right, I'm just going to stick with the Habs from now on.
There's somebody, I'm thinking Andrew. I don't know why I'm thinking Andrew, but there's somebody that's a subscriber that is a fan of both. And the Leafs and the Habs, too. It might be the Leafs.
I know. That's an identity crisis and a half.
Yeah, well, he says that. He doesn't want to have to explain
that's
how.
Hard.
But
yeah,
that can't be easy. To me, that'd be impossible. Even with the Bruins, I don't see how you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan of all the other Boston teams. I love the Celtics, the Red Sox, the Patriots.
No, I don't. I think coming from Boston, I don't know that anybody can hold it against you if you like the Bruins. Like, I don't see why anybody would. But
I don't like them anymore. Like I said, right after they won the Cup, I was like, all right, now I'm going to just stick with the Canadians.
No, listen, I get it. But, I mean, you come from Boston, so how could anybody hold that kind of thing?
No, I know. I've lived here my whole life. I love it. I love it here. I really do. It's great. The atmosphere, too, and really any sporting event you go to, it's awesome. One of the best sports towns, I think.
Oh, yeah. No, listen, Boston's a good town. I just don't like the Bruins. Joe Friday got to be negative tonight. Burn a year of ELC for Caulfield. It's Caulfield this time. By playing him 10 games. Yep. When you need a guy and he's ready, why hold him back for an ELC?
Exactly. I mean, and he showed plenty. It's like Like I said, every game I thought he got better, and then he went in the playoffs. And obviously he didn't play the first 2 series, and they put him in against Vegas, and he went boom off to the races.
Yep.
We went, okay, this kid's for real. Let me see more.
Yeah, I mean, the kid put up 12 points in 20 playoff games before his rookie year. I think that's pretty damn good.
And he put most of them up against one of the best, I would say, was one of the best tandems in the league last year in Fleury and Robin Lehner.
And, you know, as a rookie under the playoff pressure, I don't know, guy played pretty poised. He got better as it went along. Like, this kid is here. He's here to stay. And I don't think the challenge of playing in the NHL is, not that it's like easy, but I think he's ready for it. Like, I think he's ready to thrive. Shamir, they want you on, but that's up to Shamir. Shamir doesn't seem to want to come on lately. Been a while, Shamir, but it's totally up to Shamir if he wants to come on. Besides, anyway, we're at just over 2 hours. We're going to be done soon. Just saying, not starting at 18 is a good thing. KK started at 18. In hindsight, wasn't a good thing. Caulfield did go back to college for the second year. Oh, and listen, I don't disagree with that. Definitely. No,
I don't either. And I mean, he went off in that second year. I mean, he won the damn Hobie Baker. He was phenomenal for Wisconsin.
But I don't think, like, some kids, and it's kind of rare, but some kids are ready at 18. Cale Makar, didn't he start right away?
He went right from UMass right to the NHL. He got drafted, and the Habs put him right in.
Some kids are ready at 18, but most are not.
And I despise Cale Makar because I went to UMass Lowell. He went to UMass. That's a huge interstate rivalry. If you know Hockey East and college hockey, especially in the Northeast where I am, that's one of the biggest. That's probably the second biggest rivalry in the state behind BC and BU in terms of college hockey.
I'm neutral on.
Yeah,
he looks like a good player, but I'm
no. He's a great player. I just hate him because he went to UMass. I despise him.
Caulfield was best player in Vegas series by far. The Lehner talk and then Top Cheese was as big time as it gets. Exactly, right?
Right.
Think of that one, right? Lehner kind of called him out, sort of, right? Threw shade at him for sure. And he kind of said, yeah, well, here's a goal. You're going to stop me? No matter what, you're going to stop me. Well, here's one. Stop this. And he didn't. And that was super big. Like that. Those are the kind of moments that, you know, I'll talk about stuff that when I was young, big moments. Well, these are those kind of moments in 10, 20 years that you're going to talk about and go, yeah, you remember that? Because that was a big moment.
Oh, yeah.
And Caulfield's that kind of a player. He's going to deliver some really big memories for us, I think, over the years. He's going to be that kind of player. You know, that's what I think.
And that goal, like even the lead up to that goal, just having the sense to know, all right, well, I have rockets strapped to my skates. I'm just going to use my hands, tap the puck a little bit, and then boom. You know what I mean? That was a sick play.
He's got some really good and quick hockey IQ and vision. He's got really great to know. He's got to be able to see it. Can't be looking at everything directly, man. This guy's seeing shit in his peripheral vision and reacting to it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's crazy. It's off the charts, this guy.
And he probably knew he was going to do that, like, probably 5 seconds before the pass even got to him. He probably took it and said, all right, I can beat him. Let's see where the pass goes. He went, all right, this is what I'm going to have to do. Taps it by him, and it just beat him clean. Just flew.
Processing that like that. And Suzuki, I mean, so many other players. It's not just these guys. But Suzuki has that.
Oh, yeah.
His anticipation. Like, I've watched Suzuki how many times where he's making a play, and I go, like, where's he going? And he's going to where the puck is going. It doesn't look like it's going there, and it goes there. Like, he's got such anticipation. These guys, they process so quickly. It's crazy. And I'm glad we've got a few of them now on the Habs, right? You see it, so many other players all over the league, and now we've got, oh, look at this, is a comment. Can you read this?
No.
What do you think that is?
Where the hell did that come from? I mean, I'm going to assume Korean maybe because of the picture, but I have no idea.
do me a favor. I don't necessarily want to block the guy. Can you toss it? Just a comment.
Franco took care of it.
Who?
Franco just took care of it as you said that when I went to
Franco. See, I knew it. I knew you'd be good at it. So I'm not removing it because if you don't want to use it, don't. But you seem like why I gave it to you. You know what you're doing. Thank you, Franco. Appreciate that. It's still there though.
It's not there. I don't know. It might be there for you. It's not there for me, and it's probably not there for.
It's there for me. Look.
It's not there for me. On me, it's hidden. On my screen, it's hidden.
Wow. How come I see it?
No idea.
You do CC favor, he gives favor back. We have decent contract. So CC is Cole Caulfield. I guess it's kind of like a Chinese proverb there. Yeah, I mean, listen, he's going to be a good player. I'm not worried about this.
Oh, I think so. He's so friggin' fast. Oh my God, is he fast?
Ellen, we've turned the page. No worries. Besides, anyways, we're almost done. What are you using for streaming at the moment? I am on. Listen, if you're going to do streaming, and it's not that expensive, but StreamYard. This is StreamYard. So I'm not directly on. Well, I am directly on YouTube as it's like, but this runs through YouTube and it is awesome. Like I can do this on YouTube and I wouldn't have all the features though. But so yeah, StreamYard. It's about $30 a month Canadian. So if you're willing to pay that, this will get you new subscribers because of what you're able to do. It just makes it more interesting. Okay. See, that comment is still there. That's so weird.
Yeah, that is really weird.
If Caulfield lives up to the hype, he asks 7 after ELC. Easy. I wouldn't say easy, but yeah. I mean, he's gonna make some money.
I mean, I think Suzuki, if he keeps up what he's doing, I don't have a problem giving him that.
I saw someone put up a comment that I kind of agree with. Suzuki, depending on his numbers, are depending on what he's going to get, right? So if Suzuki delivers 60 odd points in the 60s, he's going to get 6.5 million.
Right.
70 points, 7 million. 80 points, 8 million. 90 points, 9 million. That's literally the kind of money he's going to get. So Suzuki's next contract is going to really depend on the kind of production he's got this year.
Mm-hmm.
I really think so. But yeah, I expect Suzuki to be up around 7 to 8 million for next year when he signs. And it's going to be worth every penny of it. And he's going to be like when Toronto signed Marner and Tavares for that 11.5 million, 10.7 million. We're going to get that equivalent player for about 7-8 million. Much better.
Oh yeah. And then we can use that 5 or 6 that we save and give it to Cole Caulfield.
Now, do I know this for a fact? I actually don't, but I mean, I would expect that's about what they're going to get. Okay, I think this is going to be the last comment, and then we are going. This is almost at 2 hours and 15 minutes. We should be excited for the tea we are about to ice. Not our best, yet the pieces are all there. We will win through attrition, Cole Caulfield and Suzuki, with anyone else on rotation as needed. I mean, I think you can put either Hoffman or Toffoli there. I think it's going to be Toffoli, but I mean, yeah, they're going to. We still don't have that elite superstar, but we've added some really good pieces that are going to put up points. So I think we should do pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I also like iced tea, too, if you're really talking about iced tea.
I don't like iced tea personally. New Korean prospect write-up. That was what that was. Yeah, I get leery about that maybe you click on that or do something with it. And
right.
You got a freaking virus. I hope that doesn't happen. All right. You know what? Last one here. Suzuki isn't getting a bridge deal. He will get an 8-year deal. Oh, yeah. Well, Suzuki will, in order to keep it down to 7 or 8 million, they will have to sign him for 7 or 8 years. If it's going to be a short-term deal, it's going to be a lot of money each year because you're buying his years that he could make that money. So if you're buying those years, or you're going to keep it low, you got to buy up those years to keep, so he's got security. So they're going to sign Suzuki probably to 6, 7, or 8 times 8. My opinion.
No, 100%.
Chris says keep going. We're on the long side here. What do you want to do there, Matt? You want to keep going a bit?
It's up to you, man. You're the boss.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna have.
You're filled with liquid cocaine, so.
Just a little sip. It's like a little line. One of these. When I'm done this, we're done. How's that? But you guys got to contribute by giving us comments, or we got not much to say at this point. We've said everything. I don't know if I don't nothing to add out of the top of my head right now. So keep going. Come on, guys. How many are we? 45. Give a thumbs up. I haven't said that. Give a thumbs up. If you haven't already, I appreciate that. And consider subscribe. Ring that notification bell. And that'll get you notified of all the videos coming out. And there's this. We want you to become a member of Talking Habs. There. One of my little, anyway, you'll see them in the videos, these little things. I'm hoping that, and I it's not to say that Gareth won't do it. But yeah, Gareth apparently is going to come up with a little animation for me. I'm excited about that to use. Just a short little thing to use in my editing. So let's talk about the editing. Actually, if we're going to stay on, 2 things we're going to work on. I would like to hear from you. Hey, Petty, no problem. I would
you
like
as in
to
me
hear...
or you as in the chat?
Oh, no, the chat.
Okay.
I would like to hear from you guys in the chat what you think of the new videos with the editing. Is it annoying? Does it keep you interested more? That I've cut out all the garbage and the ums and ahs and stuff like that. And the little stuff I'm doing and adding in. What do you think of that? I'm really curious to know directly from you guys here if you like that. And guys, anything you want to know, I'm doing 12 questions about Christian Dvorak. You got anything questions that you want me to put in the video? I have 5 right now, so I'm looking for 7 questions. If you can get, Matt, this is for you as well. Anything you got? So let's see if we can get any of that going and anything else we want to talk about. Chris, I think you're absolutely right here.
1,000%.
I think a lot of us, and me included in this, I forgot how poorly Weber was playing because of all the injuries during the regular season. Savard's not going to be doing that. Savard probably will give us so much steadier all year, that kind of quality play. The only place that he won't produce is offense. So he might, I guess, there might be more offense in him than we know because he'll be in that position to maybe produce some, but I don't think so. It's a worry. The offense coming out of the back end is going to be a worry. It's going to be a concern this season. So I hope it gets better. Ellen, thank you. Ellen likes the videos. Thank you, Ellen. Yeah, I can't talk about that. Franco thinks. He's asking, has Carolina already drafted the offer sheets for Suzuki next year and Caulfield soon after? I fully expect Suzuki to be signed before the end of next season.
He better be. He seriously better be.
And Caulfield has what?
Caulfield's got 2 this year and the year after on his DLC.
And it'll be the same for Caulfield. He'll be signed before the end of the season. They won't waste time on those 2 guys.
No, especially if they keep getting better. If they keep going on this line of progression, there's no way in hell they waste their time. Those are guys you gotta lock up. I mean, there's no other choice.
Sometimes good, sometimes disrupts flow. I guess you're talking about my edits. I do
agree with that a little bit.
I agree with it too. No, I agree with it. But that's something that I'm going to get better at in learning where to cut and how to do it. It's like that's just something I'm going to get better at doing. So I don't disagree with you, and I appreciate the, I appreciate those kind of. Some people kind of are a little rude when they give me the advice, and it's not like I don't like advice because advice is what it is, right? I either take it or I don't. If it's useful, I take it. And I've even taken advice and used it from people who've been rude about it. So what I'm saying is I really encourage you guys to give me advice about stuff like that, how you feel about when I'm doing stuff like that, just not to be rude about it. That's all. There's no need to be rude. Because I have taken twice already people telling me, you maybe do something like this. And I thought, yeah, they're right. And I've changed. And I thought it came out better. So, yeah. So, yeah, I do agree that it kind of does disrupt the flow sometimes, but that I'm going to learn when not to and when it's good to do it. Where does Byron fit when he comes back? Good question. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to have to move. At that point, somebody's going to have to move unless there's another injury.
Right.
Then somebody's going to have to move at that point. Where he fits will probably be because he can play any line on either side. So I don't know. It's a good question, but a man for a beginner to edit, it's pretty nice. I mean, I edit my vids, but it's been a long time I edit vids. But for you as a beginner, it's good. So keep it like that. Yeah, exactly. And I'm learning on some very easy. Whoops, I didn't mean to click on that. I'm learning on some very easy software, storyboard type editing. It's not real editing, but I'm learning. So I'm limited, and that's sometimes why it doesn't work the way I want. But yeah, I'm a beginner. I'll get better. No, seriously, let CC score 35 goals first. Yeah, I don't know that he'll score 35 this year, but I think he'll hit 35 at some point. It's still unknown, though, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know that he'll do it by next season. Hard to tell. He'll still get good money on his contract. And I doubt he gets a bridge. I doubt he signs a bridge deal. They'll want to sign him long-term as well.
Right.
To keep that cap down. We definitely have to sign. And then there's Romanov as well. Romanov comes up, I think, when Caulfield comes up. So you're going to get Romanov I can see on a bridge deal.
Right.
As a defenseman.
It depends on his numbers. It depends on.
But probably developing a little slower than the other guys because he's a defenseman. I can see Romanov on a bridge deal, and it might even be necessary to get him on a bridge deal because you have Suzuki and then Caulfield the next year. You might need to keep Romanov down to a bridge deal, but he'll make good money still. He'll be a good one. He'll make good money.
Mm-hmm.
Born to be Hab, I have said it, and I think Matt has as well. We both expect Norlinder to kind of be a pleasant surprise in camp. I don't know that he'll come out of camp with the Habs. I don't know. How old is Norlinder? Do you know?
He's wicked young. I want to say
19.
Yeah, maybe 20. I'll look it up
20,
right now.
Right? That's what I think. 19 or 20.
He's showing up with Frölunda. I encourage you guys to go watch his highlights. He's playing very good hockey.
He is. If he plays
he's 21.
well enough and they want him to stay in North America, the deal he has with the Swedish team, he has to stay with the Habs. He cannot go down. So that's where it's going to be the sticking point, I think. So I don't expect that he'll stick with the Habs for this coming season, but I kind of do for the next season. I kind of think Gooley and Norlinder are on the list of possible defensemen, young guys like that will make the team in 2 years.
Norlinder is 21.
He's 21. See, that goes well for him. But again, he has to stay with the Habs or go back to Sweden. There's no in between there.
Right.
Thanks, Luca. I appreciate that. And it is the attitude. I don't get frustrated with it. I'm learning. I'm getting new techniques how to, to make it quicker and stuff like that. So that's encouraging. It's just very tedious. And that's the only problem with it is this is very tedious. But I'm coming up with a system of how to start the editing, then, get stuff, and then I clean it up, and then it's done. So I waste less time. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And my opinion is they're better, the videos. I make them, and if I judge it by this, when I've finished the edit and it's exported and it starts to play automatically. So I'll watch it a bit. If it keeps me interested longer than my normal retention, then I think I've done a good job. That's how I look at it. And I'm trying to be creative with the openings and stuff like that. Anybody who watched the video today, what did you think of the opening? And I used the Letterkenny today. I did a piece about Theo Fleury. He put out, so he's batshit crazy. So I said, Theo Fleury went batshit crazy the other day. Did you see what he said? He's batshit crazy.
I haven't, but I believe it was probably something nuts.
He got censured by a university that gave him an honorary degree for his work with troubled kids and abused kids, which was great. I mean, he was great then, but they censured him about that thing that he tweeted a couple days ago. That's how bad it was. He was trending on Twitter because of it. This guy, I think he's gone insane. And I guess he could, I don't think he could sue me for that. He's gone insane. He's batshit crazy, according to that comment. Plus, I used to follow him, but people that I follow him now because I unfollowed him. So I still see some crazy shit that he puts up, and he's crazy, man. Although I'm gonna say, I think some of you guys might agree with him in here. Somebody put up about the PPC, the People's Party of Canada, fascist pieces of garbage. My opinion. Remember, it's my opinion. All right, let's get off politics, because politics isn't a good thing to be on. P.S. Rick, you're doing a great job. Thank you with your content. Don't take criticism to heart. I don't anymore, by the way. I don't take it to heart. We're here because of what you've created. It's a good point, and I appreciate that. Thank you. And it's a really good point for somebody like Petrie, because when you start out, it's so hard not to take criticism to heart. So you got to learn, and I've learned to just, it doesn't bother me, because you know what? It doesn't matter. If someone doesn't like you, it's their business. They're allowed to. It doesn't mean other people won't. And you don't have to please that guy, because you're already pleasing other people. And so I've learned that, and I just usually delete it. Anybody that criticizes me like that, I don't take it to heart. So don't worry about it. But I tell you, when I first started out, and it's probably only the last year where I stopped having that. Like for the first 2 years, man, it's hard. It's hard because you work hard on things, and then somebody doesn't like it, and it's fine. If I don't like something, I turn it off. I don't feel like I got to get in there and go, you were such an asshole. And I'm like, why'd you do that? What's wrong with you? Why would I do that? And some people seem to want to take that time to do that. So it kind of tells you what kind of personality they are. So not worth dealing with. So I don't. Ellen, it's kind of right. Like it's not the point. Like if you didn't like something, right? At some point you go, I don't like this. Turn it off then. Why are you watching the whole goddamn thing? And then why do you have to say something to somebody who worked hard on something? Sure, it might not have been good. It might not have been good. But really, you got to insult somebody like that who's trying to do something. But you know what? When you do this, you put yourself out there. You got no choice, and you gotta handle it, because you're gonna get some, like the trolls tonight. I hope nobody thought I was mad at the guy, because I wasn't. It used to make me mad though. It did, but trolls don't bother me anymore. And you saw him leave. I ignored him, but what I said about him, he left. He didn't troll again. So either he ran out of email addresses to use for new accounts, or his erection went down after I called him out, or his mom called him upstairs for dinner. One of them could have been that. I'm kind of leaning with his mom calling him upstairs. Okay, let's get him down here. Oh, God. Oh, okay. I thought it was something else. Yeah, but Juleson didn't really pan out with them, so it doesn't really matter.
So that's what Theo Fleury said.
I
had to look it up. I couldn't remember. I do remember that. He is batshit crazy.
It's batshit crazy. The other day, Fleury has been known to have mental health problems. I mean, mental health problems could be a thing too.
No, I mean it absolutely could.
It might not be very nice, and I would agree with you, Jeff. But like I just said about me putting myself out there when I say things or I do things, he does too. Did I comment that to him, though? No, I didn't go and why? But I'm allowed to make a comment about something somebody puts out publicly. Just like they're allowed to do it to me, and I face that. As you well know, does that change whether he's batshit crazy or not? He's batshit crazy. And believe me, I'd say that to his face. I would. Well, I did on Twitter a couple of times. Like last year before I unfollowed him. But you know what? You if you engage with those people, and I said those people, it never goes well. They're crazy. Yeah, but hey, vote PPC, man. I should have done this. Vote PPC. Yeah, I can do that. I'm Jewish. Ellen, thank you so much. And yeah, Hockey Junkie is a favorite of mine as well. So you got good taste there. He's a good guy. I hope I'll have him on. When he was here, I should have asked him again. When I was in his live stream, I asked him to come on. And he said he would. So hopefully in the near future, you'll see hockey. Well, you won't see him. You'll hear Hockey Junkie on the show on a Saturday Hockey Talk. And he's a good guy because I think he'll have a show tomorrow. I don't know if he does it regularly, but he didn't do one on Saturday. And I hope it's out of respect for me because, he could have drawn a lot of people away from me. So I think he knew that. And he's a good guy. And his name is Matt. He said it. So his name is Matt. And I don't know where our names went. Our names went away.
That's kind of weird.
What happened? Anyway, we're going.
I have no idea.
We're going soon. It doesn't really matter.
Franco's doing a damn good job as a mod.
Franco? Yeah, I knew Franco would be a good mod. I don't know what happened to the names. Oh, here it is. Show display names. It says it's on. Oh, the banner's up. That's why. Duh, Rick. No, it's not the banner. It's not that. It's the comment. See, our names came back. Magic. Yeah. Thank God we have our Mia back. Highly underrated skills. I see a lot of people wanting to trade him for picks.
I disagree. I very much disagree.
I mean,
I love Yoel Armia.
3.4 in a cap situation for him isn't the best number, but the guy is so versatile. Yeah, you can say highly underrated skills. Problem though, consistency. If only Armia could be a little more consistent when he's putting up points, he'd be a third, fourth liner, second liner, second or third on this team. Yeah. Could be a second liner on another team. If he could be more consistent.
Right. No, and I love liking him for the same reason. I mean, you can play them literally anywhere in the lineup. They're like Swiss Army knives. They really are.
He said Sunday specifically because you own Saturday. Did he say that? Oh, I didn't hear that. Awesome. Well, Junkie, if you're here, thank you. Appreciate it. Junkie seems like a really nice guy. You know what? Respectful and really nice. Like I hope he comes on. I'd be interested to talk to him directly.
That'd be loads of fun.
Yeah, it would be. Well, I'm trying to get through this. I guess we're going a lot longer than I thought it would go. Well, if Hockey Junkie said that, makes me feel good in this way, and it's curious. When I started doing this, nobody knew who I was. And 3 years later, it's not like I'm a celebrity or anything, but here, a guy like Hockey Junkie has the respect to say that, what he said. Like, he makes me feel good. So, and it makes me feel like the work I'm doing and have done is kind of paying off. But Jeff, where are you going to play him? It's not like that doesn't make sense. He's saying Armia's a waste on the fourth line. Trade him, get the cap relief, and give. I guess he's saying give Perreault or Byron a spot. Okay, Byron's out for a while, so not right now. But I mean, it's not that doesn't make sense at all, and I'm not saying that doesn't make sense. But I'd like to keep him because I think he's very useful, especially if somebody goes down. One of the big guys up front for a few games. Armia's a good fill-in for that. So I think he can be valuable there. And I think maybe it's Byron that's going to go. I think they might have signed Armia to keep him at the same price as Byron and then hopefully move Byron when he comes back. I kind of think that. I could be wrong, obviously, but that's where I'm going.
And I think Lekkonen's he's the same thing. Lekkonen can fill in anywhere in the lineup if someone gets hurt. Like those two to me, Armia and Lekkonen, are like
Petrie.
super depth guys. Like you know what I mean? They're just super depth players. They can fill in wherever.
Yeah.
They do their job well. Like they're guys that you want to have on your team.
And look at the job he did on the fourth line in the playoffs. I mean, he was good on the fourth line. So I hope that, but I think he's right. He shouldn't be on a fourth line. I agree with that. So, and I think a lot of teams would have done that, right, for the picks. Mm-hmm. So I think it's Byron that is actually going to get moved. Also because, look, Byron doesn't have the size that Armia does, right? It's a size game as well. So you got to look at it like that too. And Byron will have only 1 year left on his contract after this year. So he becomes tradable again.
Yeah, and look, I mean, I think probably the best part about Byron's game might be his speed, and we don't know how much of a hit that's going to take because his injury is a hip injury, and he's going to have surgery for it. So he drops a couple steps. I mean, if he's not as fast as he usually is, I mean, his hands are fine, probably a little bit better than fine, but again, like if he loses speed, I think he kind of becomes expendable at that point.
We're talking Byron, right?
Right, yeah, Byron. Yeah. If he's not as fast as he usually, because I think his speed is the best part of his game. Well, and if he loses a little bit of that,
yeah, no, I agree. And he's strong. He's actually pretty strong. He's one of the strongest.
He is. He's got really, really good balance.
So that helps him there. But I see, Jeff, you're wrong here. Perreault is a cheaper fill-in. Byron is not. Byron makes the same money, 3.4. That's what Armia is getting. So he's not a cheaper fill-in for Byron. So that's why I think Byron's got to. For me, Byron's got to go.
Yeah, and Armia.
I think Armia does more than Byron. I'm sorry, but I do. And Armia can play all the lines as well. So, yeah. But you're right about Perreault. I mean, Perreault definitely a cheaper fill-in. He's making under $1 million.
And I think Perreault and Armia are also bigger. You know what I mean? I think in terms of size, I'd rather hold on to the bigger guys because we are like up front, in the top two lines. I mean, we are kind of small in terms,
So. We need size. We can't get rid of our size. Christian says, but Fleury has quite a story. Read his book. I'm not disagreeing with that. And I tell you what, when Theo Fleury was a hockey player, damn, I like that guy. He was a great hockey player. I won't take that away from him. But right now. I'm talking about right now. The stuff this guy is putting out, I don't know what else you say. So that's why I say that. Petty, absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, get yourself going there when you're comfortable doing all that. Yeah, we can do that here. I can collab with people because of the StreamYard. That's one thing StreamYard is good for, right? Matt's on here. I can do a video offline. We can record. I record all the time here. So it doesn't have to be live. So this place is fantastic. And yes, one day we definitely can collab. And I hope same thing with Junkie. I'd love to do a video with him. And yeah, collabs are great. Again, I don't disagree with that.
No, I mean, neither do I.
It doesn't change the fact that he put out what he put out. He put that out. It's coming from him right now, today, this moment. That's where he's at. Doesn't matter any of that other stuff when someone's doing that now. That's all. You hear me say, did I say he's a shitty hockey player? I hated him. I love Theo Fleury. Love the guy. He's a hockey player. A small guy that was also a small guy was amazing. He was an amazing hockey player. But
yeah, he was what, like 5'6"?
Today.
Theo was what, like 5'5", 5'6"? Something like that. He was wicked short.
Again, Jeff, my choice of what I put in my news and notes. I chose to put it out there. I believe you call out that kind of insanity.
Norlander. Matthias Norlander, 100%.
Yeah. Gooley could be there.
Or Gooley, yeah. One of those two. I think Norlander personally has the better chance. I think Norlander's played better. And with Norlander playing in Sweden in a men's league and doing what he's doing there, I got to go with Matthias Norlander.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Gooley's
going to do great things.
Gooley's got a good chance. And you know another one? Primo. Primo might actually show some advancement from, like how we said he was not ready, but you don't know in the offseason. He works at it. I expect Primo could also show us, be a surprise right now because we all know he's not ready. What if he shows up and, he looks ready? I think I stunned Matt.
No, I get, but then, so then what? Jake Allen goes down that? Like, I don't know.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Just a surprise at camp. He didn't say who surprises and makes the team. That's a different story.
No, I thought he did.
No, who surprises at camp? That's all it was, wasn't it?
I thought he's...
Oh, you're right. I had it wrong. So maybe you take Primo off of that. No, you're right.
Because that's the thing. If he, you're right. Because I like Price Allen.
Yeah.
And I like King Primo, and I think he's a very good young goalie. But
I confused myself.
I don't know if I'm putting Primo in the NHL over a guy like Jake Allen, who's like super backup right now. You know what I mean? Like, because he's a really good backup goaltender. Like, I think in terms of goaltending, I mean,
tandem isn't in doubt. Tandem cannot be in doubt at all.
No.
Price, you heard my video, the lineup video. I said Price is the starter. I can't remember his freaking name. Jake Allen is the backup, and I said, duh. Because, I mean, it's what it's going to be.
It's such a good tandem, too. I mean, it really is. When they're both on their game.
Palin could replace Armia, but I kind of think, because if that's the case, like if they're going to put him on something like that, he's got a two-way contract. I kind of don't think... I think that's the reason they gave him a two-way contract, because he might make it, might not.
Right.
So, but you're right. I mean, I think I said it today. I said Palin, in another video, Palin could play the wing as well. But, I mean, you got Lehkonen, Army. Like, I don't know if Poehling will make it or play the wing. It depends what they see him as. Although a lot of guys do start out on the wing and then become center. I mean, Suzuki did.
KK's going the other way around.
Yeah, well, listen, it's the Canes'
But,
choice
yeah.
how they develop him.
Yep.
But again, it's not unusual for a
No, it's not.
center to play wing for a while when he's young. Oh, this is a good point. Ellen says, Christopher Nasland said, I guess that's a hockey guy in Sweden. Says, Mattis Norlander? Yeah, Mattias Norlander. Development needs more work. He might not be ready for the NHL. Yeah, 100%. I kind of expect he'll look good in camp, but he's still going back to Sweden. I don't expect him to make the team this year. That would be a surprise. But man, he looks good. But he's a defenseman. Remember, defenseman takes longer. Petty, no problem, because you know what? If I didn't get people giving me a chance, like the podcast, Have a Listen, I was no good. They gave me a chance. Like, yeah, you got to pay it forward type thing. So, yeah, I'm happy to do collabs with other people. I'm losing my voice. I don't want to talk about baseball. Poehling's only shot at this team is that center, wingers, and extras are all better than him. I kind of agree with that. And I think it's center that he's going to play. I think that's why they gave him the two-way contract, because if he can't make it this year as a center, he goes back to Laval and improves. Yeah, Jeff, a few people have said that. I've read that before, actually. Norlander reminds people of PK, and that might not be a good thing. But maybe he's different, right? He might not make the same mistakes that PK does. So we're going to see. We're going to see. But that is a comment I've seen before. And I think we're going to end there. You got anything to add?
No. I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head.
All right, guys. Oh, I'm going to have to put this up. That's nice of him. Rick, love your channel. Are you familiar with Parlant Habs Talk? Yes, I am. Very entertaining, both French and English. I've invited him on the show. He hasn't responded. I asked him 3-4 times, never said a word to me. So I do know the show. I am a subscriber of his. If you watch his videos, if you want, I've tried to reach him. I have his email and he doesn't respond. If you want to make a comment and say that, tell him that. I'd love that. But he hasn't responded to me yet, so I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, I know the guy. I've seen his, like I said, I'm a subscriber. Petty, maybe that's what we'll do. I'm going to start. I'm not going to say a date, but me and Matt are kind of working on a live podcast, and that'll be also an audio
simulcast. Yeah,
I want to get a podcast going. So, yeah, I can have you on the podcast. No problem. But we got to get it going first. I'm working on it.
Right.
Good night, Ellen. I'm going to say good night here, too. So, good night, Ellen. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. Give a thumbs up on the way out. I'd appreciate that. And consider giving a subscribe and ring the notifications bell. And then you get notified when there's all these videos and live streams. And what else should I add to that? I don't think there's anything else. Anyway, I'm working on 12 questions about Christian Dvorak. So I'll be working on that tomorrow. And might be out tomorrow, but it'll be out by Monday. So look for that. And Wednesday, we'll do another membership drive. And next Saturday, again, Saturday Hockey Talk. So hopefully we'll see you there. Season's starting soon. Pre-season games are going to be starting. I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch them. If I am, I'll probably live stream during them. So look for that, and look for some changes, hopefully good ones, coming to this channel. So, and yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy that. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. See you next time. For Matt and myself, peace out, y'all. Bye, guys.